Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sand Hills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Today I'll be a nervous wreck waiting for Miami Dolphins, Buffalo Bills this evening. You guys will have to walk me through that. Try to keep me calm.
Walk you through it.
Try to calm me down a little bit.
Good morning. We're here. Don't worry about it. Just have fun today in the morning show.
Yeah, I will.
Just stay in the moment.
I'll be fine. Be happy.
Stay in the moment. Ben's in the moment. Ben's here. Bill's here. We're all here. Just stay in the
We're all
moment.
on the boat.
Why would you worry about the Dolphins?
Because I'm always worried about the Dolphins. Part of my life. It's a problem.
Want to know.
But you know what? The Dolphins don't have as good of a hat as Bill. Look at Bill's hat this morning. The Oilers hat is looking regal. Blue as ever.
I love this hat.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Missing Tooth Greg did some what do you call it? Research.
Yeah, what do you call it? He was looking back into something that happened in the past.
Research.
What would that word be?
Research. Pastorini married 5 times.
5 times?
5 times.
What was the longest?
3 or 4 years is the longest he made it.
McCade Brady played for me at Utah State. Incredible player. I call him Little Ron. He kind of looked like my dad back in high school.
Little Ron,
really good player. He was selling security systems, almost basically like door to door in Houston. This would have been maybe 3 to 4 years ago. And he comes upon, he's talking to this lady about this security system and stuff. And he kind of looks around and he knows all about the Houston Oilers because before every game, I gave the players a test for the game.
Yeah.
And there was always Houston Oiler trivia questions within the test. So they knew all about it.
For instance,
he goes, I just asked him questions.
Like Renfro.
Some names, who they play.
Billy White, Johnson. Why did they call him that?
Yeah, all those things.
Just keep going.
So anyway, I never even said that. No. So anyway, so he goes, oh, wow. He goes, oh, Dan Pastorini. He goes, yeah, he's my soon-to-be ex-husband.
Wow.
And so he goes, no way. And she goes, you want some stuff? Yeah. So he got a bunch of stuff. I got a Dan Pastorini signed football, all kinds of stuff. She just gave him all. He goes, take it. So he took it all and shipped it to me.
That kind of guy.
He's about to be my ex-husband. It's an incredible phrase.
Take his crap.
Yeah, take his stuff.
Get it out of here.
So we took it, and so I have a Dan Pastorini football and some other gear.
Do you bring that in sometime?
Right from his house.
Pastorini.
Yeah.
Was big in our lives. He was.
You once called him the great Dan Pastorini.
The great. Through like whatever it was. He's
more
like
picks than touchdowns.
He's plus 100 picks to touchdowns, probably.
But he had some years as Jake, and when you researched it, you saw.
Yeah, he had a lot.
He did have some years.
He had a lot of touchdowns,
and he had some years that were good.
He's a Pro Bowler.
Oh,
he's a Pro Bowler for a few years.
Was he?
Yes.
Okay, and he drove dragsters.
Yes.
What a life he has lived.
He's had a life.
Yeah.
He's had a life.
5 different wives, 5 marriages. For Dan
anyway,
Pastorini.
there's some serious idle chit chat.
Yes.
There's a red velvet cake out. Thank you, Ben.
You pointed out that you couldn't eat it because you thought it was old because it was cold and hard.
No, I never said cold.
Which Bill said, well, it's been in the refrigerator, which is kind of the point.
We know it's fresh. We know it arrived.
I did not know that. Yeah. I did not know that. Did it arrive for the party on Saturday?
No, it was here Monday, actually, even later. Monday of this week.
There was a party here on Saturday.
There was.
Yeah, and I have committed to Monday. I'll be there Monday. I hope you guys are there.
I will be there.
Will you be there Monday?
I'm working on it.
Oh, that means no.
I'll be there. You can count on me.
Well,
we won't see him.
I do some consulting on Monday, so that's part of the deal. I have to.
You can come in after the consulting.
It could happen. Like I said, I'm working on it.
I'll be there.
I look forward to that. I'll be there. But the cake.
Ben, are you coming? Are you coming to the party? Oh, God, Ben.
Ben just shook his head no.
Why would Ben not?
Ben has to coach football that night because he's got second grade flag football to coach.
Was it ridiculous for me to ask Ben, I'd like to see your playbook, and he snapped at me?
He snapped at you.
He snapped back, yeah. And we won't bring it in.
Snap.
There's probably
snap
seven.
at me.
There's probably 6 plays tops
And I'm
for a
okay.
second grade
But
team.
I might be able to adjust a route or something. Say,
Yeah.
hey, this can be a coverage beater here for you, and that type of thing. Well, Ben, what are they playing? Are they playing too high? Is it quarters, quarter, half, thirds? What are they doing?
Walk me through the coverage.
Yeah.
And I can give you some.
Don't you
beaters.
want a man coverage beater?
Yeah, if I get a man coverage, then we're going to motion to some bunches and
He's
stacks.
not even-
And
he can't even look.
we're going to
He
get
looked
some
away.
rub routes. Yeah, we're going to do some
Did
stuff.
you do that? Is that
Yeah,
what you do?
We do some rub routes, but Ben won't even. Well, he will
Just
not
trying to
acknowledge.
help out.
Just
man.
trying to help out.
Simplify.
Do you want me to
things
help
here.
with first aid class at all? I can show you some injuries. See what you would do to repair a person.
To
Bill's,
repair a person?
Bill is schooled in schematics.
Yes.
We're not. No football.
No football.
No.
You'd be the
All three of us,
You guys
no
are the
football.
three-legged stool of no football. Oh, I remember what it was like. Do you really? Yeah.
Walk me through that.
That was a conversation with Bill. He said, you know how when you're around a bunch of guys and you're reminiscing about high school football? I was like, no,
No.
I didn't play.
I didn't
really
play.
don't.
I didn't play high school football, so no, I don't have that recollection at all. Oh, and then he just went on,
Yeah.
and it was only after the conversation that you sent the text that said,
Said,
"So no football."
You guys are the voice of reason.
Which became a common text that Bill sent
He was kind enough not to say anything in the moment.
after the fact.
But after the call ended, it came the text. So no football.
That still blows me away.
It blows me away that you sent that text. Very, very well constructed. So no football.
It's a simple, short, and sweet, to the point.
Right.
Very much so.
Yeah, I kind of played midget.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah.
made that
You-
very clear.
The Colts.
Youth
Played for the
football.
Colts. I knew you played for.
Got it. That Hall of Fame thing that Martin Bruce. A lot. There was inductees that played football. Watchhorn, Carpenter, and they talked about midget football at Glure Park. I could join in that discussion.
So that part you get on. Hang on. What do you guys, hang on. I'm gonna jump in the middle of this thing. And then we all went on to remember freshman ball. No,
Don't recall that one.
don't recall that one.
You've lost me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's it.
You had it for a while, though.
Glure
Yeah,
Park.
I-
You know where Glure Park was? Ben. Do you know where
Ben.
Glure Park was? Glure Park. Ben's not with us.
He
Ben's
said
not with
he's
us.
nodding his head.
He
yes.
wasn't with his head was down. I
Just
found
listen to the show, Ben.
I got some interesting
it's
information.
part of your job.
Talking about Columbus.
Just
here,
listen to
okay.
the show. Just try to. You're sitting right here doing nothing but staring at your phone. Try
I'm
listening.
Steve, by the way. This is Bill, and that's Jake.
Try to help out
Good to
with
meet
that.
you, young Ben.
Nice to meet you. It's
Uh,
his early break.
the Sip and Jake.
Bill.
I heard an interesting story which I did not know. I didn't know that Steve Sipple. Did you know this, Jake?
Oh, boy.
Had an MLB tryout with the Cincinnati Reds.
It's
I
true.
think
Did
I
you know
might have
that?
some
Yeah,
knowledge about this.
He had a tryout with the Cincinnati. They're the only one here. Now I would say this: I played ball too. I played baseball. I never had a tryout with the Cincinnati
It
Reds.
was for the paper
I know, but I found this out last night. It's
from
simple.
Hanson.
From Hanson.
Yeah,
Jim
Hanson.
Let me know. Yes.
Hanson was there.
Jim, let me know. He was there. He said you were out the first round though.
It was not working.
Yeah.
And then the guy, it was interesting. The Cincinnati Reds scouting director, whoever put on this camp, he didn't have disparaging words for me afterwards, except he said it's at times I felt like you needed a roadmap because they would direct you around to do different things.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are we,
drills and stuff.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
just kind of standing
like, what are
around.
we doing?
Yeah.
Just get me some ground balls. I'll show you what's up.
I'm a vacuum over here.
Gets past me.
And here's the thing. I was at the newspaper by that time, like 23.
Yeah.
I mean, I was out of my prime. There's no way I
But you
was
gave
gonna-
it a shot though.
No, I
like
didn't give it a
you
shot.
Took your shot.
The
You
whole
took your
idea
shot.
was simple. Go over there, try out for the Reds, and write a column about it. So that was the
Yeah.
whole. It wasn't. I wasn't.
I
didn't think I was going
I'm
to
kind of
join.
acknowledging that. I am. I understand. But you still though, you can legitimately say you got to try out
Yeah.
with the Reds.
I need a road. Yeah, I did.
What were the highs of that time?
It was
did
facing
you
the-
impress at all?
No.
Anybody?
No, I mean, I got through
Did you
it.
swing a bat at all?
Yeah, I
Did ya?
stood in there against a kid from Wesleyan
Uh-huh.
who was throwing 86, but it seemed like 97.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you right now, if I was in the batter's box and someone hummed one about 79, I would like
I'm outta here.
I'd flinch.
Yeah, 86 seemed
I'd
like
flinch.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to go to the batter's box, try to get a hit. I don't know if I got the bat on the ball or not, but I don't remember. I remember how fast it was, and it was at Haymarket Park, so it was a deal. And
So,
I wrote about it.
Thunder-
You
try
could
out.
probably find the column.
On the text line, Thunder says, "Wait a minute, Did Tip just say at 23 he was out of his prime?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I was.
Interesting.
I
Wow.
was. Yeah. I mean, come
quick
on.
short prime for you then.
Well, I mean, I was drinking heavily.
I was drinking heavily. I was working sports.
A lot of late night. I mean, it was a crazy time.
Crazy times.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I think basketball may be a little different, but football, you don't dip your toe in it. Once you're done playing, whatever that last game is, that's it. That's it. There's no more
Right.
like, well, you want to get 22
Baseball.
You want to get 22 guys together and
Well, that too, but baseball's that way too.
yeah, you don't get. There's no
No.
more playing it. And then also there's the some people, I'm sure there's some that delved on. I get it, but for the most part, you always did squats when you're playing football. That was part of your routine of the week. You had to do that. When you quit playing football, that was your last squat.
Yep.
That was it. I only did them one more time in my life.
Ever.
In my life. I did them with Frank Solich post practice. A first Orange Bowl that we're down there, and Frank was still doing
Why
squats.
did you do squats?
And so I jumped in with some light sets of reps, and then couldn't walk for 2 days at the Orange Bowl practice. Couldn't walk for 2 days.
Frank, how do you do this?
At the time, Frank
No.
was at least
Well,
50.
you did it all the time.
I was probably, let's say, 24.
Right.
Frank was 50 or so, and I couldn't keep up with him.
Yeah, just ibuprofen.
Yeah. So I just started. We were just talking. I was in the lift, and so he goes, "Hey, you want to jump in for a couple?" Oh yeah, let's jump in for a couple
Right
sets.
on.
Next thing I know, I couldn't walk for 2 days of the Orange Bowl
Or
practice.
What's wrong with you, Bill? I can't walk.
It was better times.
Better times.
because Boyd Epley took the entire weight room down.
Yes.
You traveled the whole weight room down to the.
Better time. So that was the 94.
That'd have been about 91 or 2.
Okay, so was that
It'd
on?
been one of the times they probably were playing Miami that was undefeated, and,
Yeah.
and Nebraska was like 9-3 or 10-2.
Yeah.
But still won the Big 8. So
Mhm.
whatever.
Good seasons.
Yeah. Yep.
Good times. Better times.
Better times.
We could talk about this all day. Better times, Jake.
Bill's doing squats with
Even the
Frank Solich.
90s were better times. No, 70s. That's a whole, obviously.
So that
better.
remains the last time you ever did a squat, Bill.
That's
was
it. That
91.
wrapped her
You
up.
don't do squats at the new place you go
that wrapped
to?
her up. It was about 1991. That was it.
I think you call me
33 years
sometimes.
ago.
Do we talk sometimes when you're at the gym?
Yes, quite often.
I
Yes.
got the call from the gym before.
Oh yeah, quite often.
Jake, you're not left out.
Yeah.
I was just saying.
Jake, he calls me too.
I
He
was,
calls me
I
too.
was confirming. I've heard the sound you're talking about here. I know the sound.
You're
In the
usually not that
background.
way. Are you
Use them-
feeling left out?
No,
Do we
know-
need to include you?
I know the sound in the background you're referring to.
Are you feeling left out?
No.
I
That's right.
asked you if you're going to the party on Monday.
I'll be there. I'm helping run the party.
I'm
If I
running.
miss that,
You knew
something
you-
else
I
has
am
gone
the
wrong.
party.
I am the party.
Something has gone wrong
Yeah.
if I'm not there.
I get steps in between my workout. So I pace around.
Oh, that's what you're doing.
I pace. I walk
Okay.
and then I lift. I
You
walk.
talk on
and
the
I
phone.
lift. And
Are you talking on a Bluetooth?
No. Yeah,
No, good.
I go back to far that I use my old school headphones, the ones that are actually plugged into my phone, because it plays a little bit better. It's a little bit better than the Bluetooth one. So I have those on, and then I listen to some sort of podcast. I'm listening to a podcast at that time.
Not 70s country.
I'll listen to some.
Okay.
Yesterday I told you, Jake, I just got done listening to Promises. I listened to that song.
Yeah.
I listened to it
times.
twice again.
My
I
Eric
listened to it
Clapton
2
went
times
back.
and I listened to the whole
It's
thing.
a great song.
Yeah, it was a great song.
I scored.
Then all I
Hey.
could think of was la 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 la. That's all I could think of the whole time. My
Okay.
wife just left me. I don't have a job.
No house.
No house.
Double payment. La la. la. Hey, you
Do you want some actual breaking news for Idle Chit Chat?
please?
Please.
We have some real breaking news.
I love that.
This came about midnight last night in the world of sports. For friend of the show, Ross Dellinger, other people have also confirmed that the Pac-12 SIP bill is mobilizing a long-discussed plan to rebuild the league with additions from the Mountain West, including Boise State, San Diego State, Fresno State, and Colorado State. The schools are applying for membership in the Pac-12 with
Mhm.
Oregon State and Washington
So
State.
how many more would they need?
They
you
would
need
need
some
at least
more.
2 more, I think, right?
How many is that?
I think Young Ben said you need 8. His research this morning.
That'd be
said
kind of
8.
cool. The Pac 8.
Well, it used to be the Pac-8. So that'd be very cool to go back
It
to
would.
that.
It would be. Like a number like that would be neat right now. That'd be cool. Now you got to add two more. That's the trick, though. Who is it?
I don't know. They're going to have to owe 17 mil per team exit fee and 10 to 12 mil and penalty fees attached to the Mountain West Conference Scheduling Alliance.
Ooh, so now what happens in the Mountain West?
So the teams that are getting kind of not good. So it's Air Force,
Yeah.
New Mexico,
Yeah,
Utah State, San Jose State.
those teams take it in the shorts.
That's bad for them because when you those teams you just pulled, that's the strength of it. I mean, you got when they take Boise, once they take that's like losing. That's like when the Big 12 lost Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah,
that was
significant.
Big. So when they lost Boise, that was a big hit.
Yeah. So now does that Pac-8 or whatever it's going to be? Does that become a power conference again, or is it a power conference?
It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to see how
Is
it
that
plays
a P5
out.
now? Or we'll be back to P5.
I want to say P5 again, so I think that's
Would
good.
it?
It'd be fun
Would
to
it?
say it again.
I
I think right now it would be.
Border though, man.
Depends on who you had
Board.
beyond that.
Yeah, who is that? That's the question.
You probably can you bring Stanford and Cal back? I don't know.
Good question.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
From
I
the
don't know.
ACC.
One would think.
Because they're not. It's not like they're getting ridiculous money to be in the ACC. They're not getting full. They're
not
full
getting
amount.
full yet, but
So if those two come back, then you kind of almost have a conference of interest again.
yeah, you do.
You
But
really
here's,
do. Like, I'm
here's
gonna
the
watch
thing.
that.
It's just it becomes this. What are the terms of the contract that Stanford and Cal signed to join the ACC? Can they get out? Is it or would it?
They might be like going, yeah, go ahead, just go back. It's fine.
Get out of here.
Maybe. Although it might be
I
prohibitive.
don't know
The contract.
I don't know if they're real thrilled about having to, like I said, from that conference to be Virginia going like, hey, we're going to buzz out to Cal quick for a game.
You wouldn't think.
No, who's going out there? Oh, softball's going out there right now. They're on a plane.
Doesn't
really add up.
Nothing adds up.
The team that right now has to be losing their mind is San Jose State because they've taken the California schools, and it's not like Fresno State has been known for academic prowess that is unmatched by anyone else. No, it's not. So the other two are
like
state schools. It's San Diego State and Fresno State. So the San Jose State's the one that has to be like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Why? Where are we left behind?
Why are we not left behind? Because this is a West Coast conference.
But let's face it, it doesn't do much for. No, I mean, I don't. Okay,
No,
I'm going to answer a question for you.
You're going to answer a question with a question?
Yeah. San Jose State, if it joined that conference, I'd just say it's not a power league then. You can't put San Jose State and say we're a power conference. No. Because what are you going to, there's no way. I mean, you've coached at San Jose State, I'm sure.
So hang on now.
Uh-oh.
So you're gonna tell me it's just like, well, Vanderbilt.
No,
Okay.
but Vandy's at least like in a prominent, it's a prominent school with great academics. It's in Nashville. I mean, San Jose State's in San Jose, but it's just San Jose
there's
State.
there's a lot of schools not holding up their end of the deal that are in Power 4 conference.
But they don't play in front of 7,000 people. They don't. What San Jose State can't do it.
No, they're getting a solid 14 to 15,000.
15K. San Jose State.
I know Vandy's Vandy. I mean, Vandy's Vandy, but
right now they're doing well. I'm a big Vandy fan.
Yeah.
But I'm saying they're all.
no, you can't compare Vandy to San Jose State.
My point is though, there's several schools not doing well.
Yeah.
You just kind of go, hang on a second.
Yeah, but I draw the line at San Jose State. Nothing again. I mean, sorry if you're a San Jose State alum. I'm drawing the line at San Jose State. I am. That's where I'm drawing it. That's the line of demarcation. Sorry.
I'm sticking with them. I want them in.
So we'll see.
I watched
Ben's listening now.
Yeah,
and he's
Ben.
looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah. Ben,
Which he
have you
does
heard-
all the time.
Ben, have you heard of San Jose State before? Okay,
Yes, he's
that's
heard
good.
of them.
But you never know.
He's a
You don't
sports
know.
writer. He's a sports writer.
We'll see if anybody is added soon after this.
But Air Force is in a pickle too.
Air Force, yeah.
They're one that because they're sitting there. Like, okay, we're in the same state as Colorado. Colorado State had themselves prepared. What do they have? Great stadium.
Yes, they do.
Their new stadium is incredible.
Big game this weekend. Woof,
Yeah.
woof, woof.
Think about
A lot
that.
of big games.
Think about that right now. Still, you can't get away from it. You can't get away from Colorado.
No.
You can't. It's every game is big. Last year, every game was big.
Yeah.
They went 4-8. Every game was big. It's still big. Right now, you and me are like going, what's the one must-see game? Oh, I'm going to watch Colorado State.
It's a big
Colorado.
one.
I'm going
It's
to
a
see
big one.
what's going on.
I don't know if that's the one. If you said you can only watch one this weekend, ooh, that'd be a fun exercise to do every week.
Yeah.
If you could only watch one, what would it be?
Yeah, that wouldn't be my one.
No.
It would not be my one. It'd just be a one of
What would
high
it be, you think?
I got to see
Alabama, Wisconsin?
I go, no.
You got a
absolutely
big one.
not.
Notre Dame, Purdue.
That would be closer. That would be closer.
Got a big
of
one
the three.
tomorrow night. Arizona at K-State. There's two ranked
not
teams.
bad.
The game tonight
The
is
Wildcats.
huge. The game tonight.
Okay.
Ooh, tell me that.
Fans lock into this one. Texas State I think Texas State and Arizona State.
You have to sell me on
and
that.
I believe it's at Texas State. They're both 2-0.
The spread is a push in that game.
And Arizona and
no-
Texas State just ran UTSA out of the building.
Ooh,
UTSA, which is the Roadrunners, been winning 10.
They've been good.
10, really good.
Yeah.
Trailer's always up for. He
Yeah.
almost got the A&M job.
Oh, he's a dude. He's a daddy.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, Arizona State, this is a big game.
Yeah, the other game tonight in college football is 2 0-2 teams. Northwestern State at South Alabama, both 0-2. If you want to watch that one as well,
No, thank you.
That'll be a tough one
keep
for
your
me to
eyes
get
on
into.
Arizona State.
No, tough to get into.
Yeah.
The other one's a little tough to get into. If you had to watch one, it might be Colorado State for me. It might be.
Arizona State at Texas State, though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
That's
interesting.
very strange.
But now that's worth watching just for
you
that.
want to see a crowd tonight jacked up? Texas State is really cool.
Is it? Little
Really
stadium, though?
Yeah, I bet it seats 36 tops.
Okay.
like
Okay.
that.
That's,
Then the small stadiums don't freak me out. When they're packed, they still feel really good. Like I said, you go Oregon's 55,000. That's what it seats. That's bizarro world. You know, for in today's power.
well, I'm going to fact check you,
yeah.
Trump.
Yeah. Do it.
Trump. Sorry, Jake. It's okay. I'm just saying Trump. That's it.
How do you say
Jake is really nervous.
Are we doing hold on, hang on. Okay.
Jake, I just said fact check Trump.
The station.
That's it. It's not a
The
commentary.
station's taking a turn. We're going politics now. Let's go roll call. Who you voting for?
Jake is so nervous. Don't worry.
okay.
Just
Well,
don't worry.
Are you going to get the stat? Or
Yeah, I
not?
am going
Ben's
to.
not even trying. You think Ben would have tried to find it? He's just looking at us like, hope you guys find it.
Good
I'm
luck.
too busy back there.
Just
Don't-
don't want-
Last thing I want to do is
Mom,
stare
You
at the phone.
nailed it. You nailed it. It's 54. I thought it was 63 for some reason. I was there.
Austin?
nailed it.
54,000.
54.
Okay.
Yeah, a little high, but nailed it.
That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at renewyourauto.com. We're late. as
Jake's
usual.
still upset.
Please call or text David at 402-833-3858 or visit renewyourauto.com to do everything from body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, and more at renewyourauto.com. Saw an article yesterday from CBS Sports, our friend, the offseason king, Tom Fernelli.
I like
Interesting.
Fernelli.
Interesting
Really,
article.
he brings
carried
up some bizarre
He carried
things.
us through the offseason with a lot of stuff on CBS Sports. Well, he was writing about the Big Ten, his Big Ten
Yes.
weekly update.
It's pretty
and
good, Jake.
It was good. His first thing was about Michigan needing, having
Yeah.
offensive issues, quarterback issues. That was the thing. But the next thing was, while he said he was excited for Nebraska to be 2-0, he had some concerns about some stats that could be damning going forward in terms of why they might not be as good as people think. He said Nebraska's offense's down-to-down success rate is 43.9% against two bad defenses. That ranks Nebraska 11th in the Big Ten and 61st nationally. Also, the offense's explosive play rate of 10.8% ranks 90th nationally. And one more thing, he says Nebraska is only scoring 3.9 points per possession in the red zone, which ranks 97th nationally. So he's got a little cause for pause here.
Cause for pause.
Cause for pause.
Advanced stats. Is that what you call those? Analytics?
Yes.
Yeah, those analytics don't mean all that much to me.
Can I insert something
Yes,
quickly?
Please do, Bill.
There's a couple thing with stats. Now, the stats that he posted are they're 100%. They're accurate, and there is something to them. There's a couple deals with this is stats in general.
Okay.
Is always it's about game 8, and that's who you are.
Yeah.
When you get to about game 8, and all of a sudden it's like you're like that. How's your rush defense? Well, it's not good, or this isn't good. By about game 8.
Mhm.
Also, when you compare teams, you really have to compare conference games. I've always been look at conference stats in conference. So
Right.
all of a sudden, it's like when you start comparing Big Ten to Big Ten, that's the only way to get a little bit of a feel for it, because things can be so far skewed
Mhm.
in a bad way for you. It's a way to have your numbers good on one way, but the only thing you can without push back on, but with what he's saying is accurate, that they've not been two great teams.
No, and they haven't been great offensively against two bad teams. So that's definitely cause for pause, as Jake might say. And they haven't. And it's what I said yesterday. It goes back to what I said yesterday. You got to cut loose a little bit. They just haven't. A lot of their offense is essentially run and off, dink and dunk, and take 2 or 3 shots. You got to start throwing it down the field a little bit more. That would be Coach Sipple's counsel. Counsel. Get it downfield a little bit more. They do got to open it up a little more, and they do have to get more big plays. He's not wrong, and they should have done more of it against Colorado. But penalties.
Yeah.
Penalties erase some big plays, 3 or 4, and the game looks different. It would feel different and look different score-wise had those not been wiped away. So I wouldn't worry. I don't know if Fornelli even knows that. That's the thing.
Now I'm going to push back on that.
Go ahead.
I've always said that, but
Push back.
Sometimes you're in the staff room and say, just have that one penalty. This doesn't happen. Well, all the other teams also had the same thing happen to them.
The penalties happened.
Yeah, but my point is the other teams they're compared to,
they
also had something happen to them in the same. So every team, it's not like you get 2 mulligans and you can say, okay, we don't count these 2 plays, and every team doesn't get a chance to do them. So
that's a good pushback.
So it adds up the same way.
Yeah. So they do.
Jake's distracted.
Their offense is. You watch it this week. I mean, there's certain things you watch. I mean, obviously you're watching perimeter blocking, which Garrett McGuire addressed on statewide radio again last night. Well, he basically said it's got to start with the 2 big guys, Jamal Banks and Isaiah Naor. I don't know that he was calling them out, but he said that's where it's got to start. So yeah, it's everybody's on. I don't know. It seems sort of like a small thing to me that we're talking now for 3 straight days about perimeter blocking, but I guess that's something to watch against Northern Iowa on Saturday. Are they hammering people on the edge, which I don't even notice?
Perimeter and downfield. That was one of the things that always stood out about Nebraska being so good, or all the good teams when you get big runs. It's always
Bama.
It's always, are you getting
Bama's hammering away?
Are you getting the downfield blocks that you need? That when the run goes from 15 to 45, usually there's been a block or 2 that's made down the field with effort that has been able to get that to take off.
Jimbo's teams were known for hammering people downfield. Jimbo Fishers.
Yeah, I noticed that. They went well for it. A&M. They were rolling things up.
Anyway, so yeah, Fornelli, those are interesting stats. I don't know exactly what the answers are. I think of the explosive players, and Rule talked about getting the ball to Barney more, Ja'Cory Barney. That makes sense to me.
Stats are so whacked out in college football. Because you said you can take the whoever Nebraska's played, whoever people play, and then you got some teams that's like Florida, what's their schedule like? Their
hard schedule.
USC's playing pretty good. Well, they went to Vegas and beat LSU.
All right,
extremely talented team. So your numbers aren't going to be probably great in that game. So it's really hard to judge some things by some numbers because of who you play.
Well, you can't really compare Nebraska to other teams, but you can look at Nebraska. You can't just look at Nebraska and say this is where they've been deficient.
Yes, but
if you start comparing them to other teams, it doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything. You can look at it and just say, no, we have not been as explosive or haven't done this.
Right, and they need that. I always think of Dowdell. I just think they should try to get the ball more to Dowdell in different situations.
You want shots down the field. Where are we at?
Both.
Okay.
Get the ball to the explosive players. Yeah. To your explosive players. I mean, Fedoni maybe down the field a little bit more down the seam. That sort of thing. Do you have any ideas, Jake? You watch football.
You watch football. I was surprised about
what are your ideas?
The stats here, though. The last one here, where they have 3.9 points per possession for Nebraska in the red zone. I haven't I thought they were a bad red zone team this year so far.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Well,
I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know if
that's your number, you're almost settling for field goals as far as that is.
Yeah, and they missed one. He raced 3.
So you get no points for a red zone trip, which sets you back.
That sets you back in 2 games. That's the kind of stat I don't worry about.
But I haven't walked away out of a game thinking, hey, they suck in the red zone, though, right? Have you felt that way?
Well, they had the
fumble by Dowdell in the first game,
and they had the
safety right after that,
and they had the ball down there when Harburg was in against UTEP and couldn't get it in. They couldn't get it in then. They couldn't get it in. They give it to Mazuka a couple times.
I forget. That was?
Jeez, Jake, you were there.
That was the 40. It was the blowout that point.
Anyway, they couldn't get the ball in. So there's 3 instances right there. That's what dragged.
If you have some zeros, that's why your number goes down so much. But again, like I said, when did it happen in the game? All those things. Now the red zone, as Jake pointed out, he goes, well, they didn't score, but they got a safety off of it. Well, you don't get to add that.
I
in.
know. I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that.
You don't get an asterisk.
Doesn't help your stat, the number there.
The reason I don't get wound up about it, Jake, is they beat UTEP 40-7 and they won by 18. I'm not too worried about the red zone.
My point is that in past years we have had concerns about Nebraska in the
True.
red zone. I haven't, as through 2 games, I haven't been like, oh my god,
no, I haven't.
They're having issues scoring, even though the stat would not.
But I guarantee it's been heavily addressed within the building. When your numbers are, you're like, hold it now. We got no points on this trip. We got no points on this trip.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you go, well, it was against UTEP. It was late in the game. Well, it was good. Mm-hmm. You don't. That's not how coaches look at things.
I know how they do look at things.
It gets. I know you do schematics. I'm just telling you. I've been part of those before, and it's horrifying at the end of games when you're in control and you're subbing people in like crazy. And the other team still has their ones in and start to move the ball. Or all of a sudden, like I said, just say that also you sub like crazy, and then what we say was UTEP 40-7?
40-7, Bill.
And all of a sudden it turns into a 40-17 game because you've played 100 and some guys, and then you're just livid. So then sometimes you don't want to sub. You're going like, no, I'm judged by these numbers. 100. I'm judged by these numbers. Where the NFL, it's very crystal clear. You play the entire game.
Yeah.
You're in the NFL, and we're paying you. I mean, people don't come out of games. They don't. First of all, there's no one to really take out.
No,
they don't have.
There's 53 guys.
There's not that many guys.
Not even 53
on game day. It's like 48 that are active on game day. So okay. I mean, if you go back to the number of time a quarterback's actually been pulled out of a game, not that they're up by 30 in the fourth quarter, you still see the starter in there.
Yeah,
handing the ball off, doing whatever he's got to do. But you still have your dudes in there.
We brought up that Saints game on Sunday. It was 47-10. They put the backup in with like 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and the game was over at halftime.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 minutes ago, they finally put the backup quarterback in to replace Derek Carr. But it was midway through the fourth quarter in a rout.
Who's their backup?
Hainer
from Fresno.
Yes.
That's their back. There was a big scrap to see who their backup was going to be. I love Hainer.
Yeah, Hainer. He looked pretty solid. I mean, but the Panthers were worthless at that point still. But
okay, well, let's wrap this up by asking this question: what time is the game tonight between the Miami Dolphins?
We'll get to that next segment. How about that?
Okay.
Are we running late, Jake?
No.
Okay, we're back on time. Good.
We're not bad, but Sip does look hungry to me though. You look hungry.
Do I?
Yeah,
I am hungry
because you couldn't eat the cake. It was too hard over there.
It's spoiled.
It's not spoiled. It's refrigerated.
The one thing it's not is spoiled. That's the one.
It's still fresh Monday.
But we did talk about it. And Breakers want everybody know that Josh is doing well. He's down in Florida. I text with him usually weekly.
Jeez.
We check in weekly and talk to Josh like that. But Josh was.
You got more time than
Josh was the. You do. Well, I don't have a job. I knew it was coming. I
got my time.
Yeah.
Josh is in Florida.
But Josh was the king of if there was food available, Josh would have it out and available. Ben, today I walked in and
if he'd bring this
up. Ben, I said, you got that red velvet cake in that fridge? Sip might want a piece like that. And he's like,
his first thought, what did he say?
But that, geez, Bill, I haven't even got myself a piece.
That's exactly what he said.
Sounds like Marty. Sound a little like Marty.
Jeez, Bill.
He put himself before you.
Before you.
He did.
Wow.
Yeah, now the cake's out. It's here.
Okay, he's got some learning to do.
Yeah,
he's been here for a while.
Yeah.
But
Ben,
still learning to be done.
We'll get you ready for the world.
Well, if you don't get the cake, Sip, you can always go to Early Bird.
Okay, yes.
The Bird. 19th and K.
All right.
Breakfast burritos, chicken fried steak, which is what, Bill?
Smothered.
Oh, it's smothered, all right, in gravy.
Great.
Can't you just see him pouring the gravy on the chicken fry? Can't you just see
what
it?
do you call that apparatus?
What's that? Well, it won't be
gravy
a
boat.
It won't be a boat. It'll be more of a ladle. In the back.
Gravy ladle.
It'll be a ladle, and there's one person in charge of that.
Is there?
Only. What do? I do the gravy. When it comes up like that, it's like ding ding.
It's a big gravy. It's a big task.
It's a big ladle, and they just gravy everything. Tell you one thing. You ever had a little gravy on your hash browns? That's really good too. They'll do that for you at the Bird.
They have a variety of pancake options.
Cinnamon. Euphemism.
And of course, they have the world famous hash holes.
Oh, God. Are you smoking a pack of cigarettes before you come in? Are you smoking a pack of Marlboro? It's something you have. Like, this guy just flipped your last one when you walk in the door.
I don't smoke.
You did back in the day.
I did.
Early Bird, 19th
in his car.
Check it out. Smoke. They also have a lot of cocktail options there too. Breakfast, brunch,
get
lunch,
a Busch Light and a scrambled egg.
You could do it.
You could do it.
Early Bird, 19th. When we come back, are you
get a red beer
or out on Thursday Night Football next? An early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Primary care that understands you. At CHI Health Clinic, our dedicated primary care team takes time to hear you, understand you, and get to know you and your family at every stage of life. We believe in building lasting relationships with our patients. That's why we offer convenient, affordable health care close to home or work. Find out how we treat your whole family like family at chihealth.com/primary care.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Abby with Midwest Bank. Stop by our new location at 70th and Pioneers. Our new full-service branch does it all. From our friendly staff to our easy online banking and mobile app, you get all the technology of a big bank that you need, but you still get the hometown customer service that you want. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Hey farmers, wouldn't it be nice if you could cut your herbicide cost by up to 85%? Now you can with Green Eye technology for your sprayer. Green Eye's system integrates seamlessly with your current sprayer and works by identifying and spraying only the weeds. Reduce the threat of herbicide resistance, be environmentally friendly, and save a ton of money. Oh, and there's no acres fee. This is the precision spraying solution you've been waiting for. Contact Boyk Farmers Outfitters to get set up with Green Eye or check them out at BOECK.FarmOutfitters.com.
Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Get closer to the magic than ever before. Play along with the Toy Story gang. Explore the colorful world of Coco. Sail away with Moana. Soar to new heights with Belle. And journey to Arendelle to thaw a frozen heart. It's an all-out celebration at Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Surge Party. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena September 27th through 29th. Visit DisneyOnIce.com and get your tickets today.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday night from UBT Stadium as the Norris Titans travel to Lincoln and face off against the Lincoln Northwest Falcons at 7 p.m. Both teams looking for their first win of the season as Norris fell to Scott and Gretna, and Lincoln Northwest has lost to Ralston and Scotts Bluff so far this year. Kickoff between the Titans and the Falcons is scheduled for 7 p.m. on Friday, and you can hear all the action unfold right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine and it will be breezy. We'll see an afternoon high around 88. Tonight, clear skies with an overnight low around 60. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy too with the high around 88. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clutch for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
This
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, Segment 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids. Farmers, we know that volume discounts are a major factor when ordering seed. Oftentimes, discounts are lost buying from multiple brands, but Beck provides the most diverse lineup in the marketplace. Go to beckshybrids.com for a full farm quote. And always remember the 3 F's: faith, family, and farming at Beck's Hybrids.
Today, also like that. So, well, they're finished up with Husker Harvest Days.
Yep, last day today.
Today's the last day. Also, they are all. Trevor's a drone specialist, so he's been flying the fields with his drone to check things out through it, so he can report back to the farmers like, what's going on in the middle of my field? Well, here's exactly what it looks like. So he's been flying drones over there, over the top of their fields. But he's the one that flies them himself. Yeah,
Really?
He sets up. He has a bunch of drones. He gets out of his truck. He fires them up, sends them out, then just sends photos to all the farmers to let them know here's what's coming. And you know what he's saying? Know what's coming? Like we talked about.
What?
Get ready.
What?
Double axle your trucks. Double axle your trucks, because they're going to be there's a yield coming in that we've never seen.
It's an axle breaking yield.
100.
Exactly.
100.
It's an axle breaking, rut making
Right. Exactly. That's what you talk about. Ruts. We're going to be in a rut.
There's pros and
It's
cons.
going to be a good rut. I mean, if every day you're like, well, what's the problem? We're stuck again. Why? Because our corn's so heavy.
So heavy.
Dense corn.
Denting the roads.
Yeah,
the road
denting the
department's up in arms.
There are the state departments all over you.
Yeah.
They've been out there.
Pillen's involved.
Yeah, Pillen will get very involved.
Heavily involved.
Heavily involved. Pillen's going to get in the middle of this. Has your pig arrived yet?
I haven't got the pig yet.
We've asked the governor for a free pig.
Bill asked for a pig last week when he was here.
Where would the pig be delivered?
Was that?
Well,
I'm not
to your
sure.
house, maybe.
To our house, probably. But I'd like to have one. I'd like to have one.
What is that noise?
Because Ruhlman's brought us a smash burger, so I'd like to.
Was Phil with us?
What's that?
Phil stopped in last week.
Well, you were here. Weren't you here?
I meant today.
Yeah.
Jay.
No, not today.
Phil,
stopped in
are you
Friday.
there?
You had some food last
I know.
week.
It was great.
Is John Benton with you?
That'd be great if he was. Thanks to Beck's Hybrids. Okay.
Yeah, this
Tonight,
is interesting.
I got a question for the breakers.
Yeah.
464-5685. Call or text as always. Do you actually enjoy NFL Thursday night football, or do you clamor for college football on Thursdays, or no football at all on Thursdays? What do you prefer?
Clearly.
We know what Bill likes.
I want no NFL. I want college football. I want at least one good game.
Huh. Okay, you
I
could
want football
sell
on
me on
Thursday,
that.
yes.
You could sell me on that. My ideal world is just college football on Saturday and NFL on Sunday with one NFL game on Monday, and that's it. That's all it should be.
So you don't like to watch a game on Friday night?
I mean, I do, but I think the world was better when it was Saturday was the focus.
So you're saying better times?
Better times.
I'm going to agree with that.
The world was better when college football was Saturday and NFL was Sunday, and there was one big game on Monday, one big production that the world would that the U.S. would rally around. Now it's all spread out. There's no rallying. It's all over the place.
The NFL on Thursday has seemed forced for quite some time.
Ooh, interesting.
Are people begging for this? I get the first one of the season, the Chiefs Ravens. I get maybe week one. Okay, that started off, but do we need it?
Inventory.
I hate Thursday night football, and I hate when my team plays on it.
Why is that? Why though? Why?
Well,
Why do you hate it?
I'm with you. I like it when I like Sunday.
Yeah.
I wish the Dolphins played every Sunday at noon.
That's the way it should
every
be.
single Sunday at noon. I don't need a prime
Jake's
time
not
game.
even going to Brewski's.
No, I don't need to. I can watch it at my house.
Yeah.
makes me sad.
And that makes me sad because you have no idea how much I appreciate the report from Brewski.
You won't have me texting about the person booing at Brewski's. That person is me. I won't be doing that.
I understand your sentiment, Bill, and I get it. I appreciate. Yeah, the answer to your question is yes. Of course, I like a Friday night game. You're just talking about a matter of degrees. I just think it's cooler and more impactful if you condense it all on Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Then there's a build up. It now spread all around. It's lost impact in my mind. It's an unpopular take. I'm going to get roasted.
Probably true. I know college football, the viewership has really dropped.
Well, it hasn't. It hasn't. But I'm. It's a very subjective conversation.
Well,
I just liked it when it was Saturday and Sunday.
This is not. I'm not trying to take a shot at Al Michaels here because he's a legend in the game of broadcasting.
AIL?
No, AIL is fine. This is a real Al. Real Al is not excited about these games. He's calling Thursday games. He never wants to be there. It feels like no energy, no zip. Now he's getting older. I get that, but it
gets better. And also it's Herb Street.
Right.
He's college. He's
a college guy. Why is he calling NFL?
Remember the one time I can't wait to turn on this classic matchup of USC Notre Dame so I can hear Madden. No.
Well, no.
No, that's not how it was.
I don't get Herb Street doing it.
Imagine Keith Jackson doing the NFL. No,
it's fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's fine. All of this, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't keep me awake. But if you're asking what I prefer, yeah, I'd prefer Saturday and Sunday. It was cool.
2 days, just all the football.
And I don't say, and I'm not
cool
remotely saying that because I don't listen close like that Herb Street's not good. I just think he's college football when he does the game day and all those things. We just saw some weird things just happen right out in front. That was
some fitness going
there was fitness. That was
I don't know
very
if that
odd.
was fitness or not. There was something else.
People with shirts off.
Fitness was happening out there.
Yeah, there was fitness. There was sweaty.
If I take my shirt off right now, it's not fitness. It's just I have my shirt
off. That might have been. I don't know. It was
at
odd.
any rate. That's my answer, Jake. I think I'm surprised at your answer that you don't embrace.
I love
Thursday
the NFL, but I just don't need Thursday night football.
Then how do you feel about Friday night NFL?
I don't like it either. I
think Friday night NFL is horrendous.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, that's even worse than Thursday night. Sunday,
I think it's horrendous. Too.
Give me one Monday game, I guess. I hate Monday night football as well, but I would like every single game on a Sunday if possible.
Tell me they're not playing regular season NFL on Saturday.
They do in December.
In December, they will.
Regular season.
Yeah, a couple weeks they play Saturday football. I want to say 2 or 3 weeks they play Saturday.
The proliferation is really unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Some response here. What do people prefer?
From the text line.
Yeah, a lot of text in this one. John says, I hate NFL on Thursday. College football for me, please, on Thursday. So riding with Bill on that one. I guess I feel the same way. I don't want NFL on Thursday. Jeremy says, yes, college football on Thursday is what we want. Nobody's in favor of the NFL game.
And they used to be the Thursday games, though, also were better. They've now, they're not as good. The one tonight is
Friday nights are good.
But there was some really good Thursday night games. It's like a must-see. Like, oh, no, everyone was watching it.
Yeah, like Rutgers, when they were going good, they played on a huge Thursday night game. Friday nights are better now.
They beat what? They beat South Florida, who was ranked like second at the time or something like that.
I think that's right.
By the way, apparently Keith Jackson did do some NFL games for a while.
Okay.
Did he? Did not know that.
Monday Night Football for a period of time.
That part doesn't bother me that Herb Street's doing that. It doesn't bother me. It is what it is.
I don't think he's bad at it. I like when you have like I said, I don't like it as much. There was a time back when the playoffs all of a sudden that went to NFL announcers, and they weren't they're not your usual NFL announcers. That was about 5-6 years, maybe more than that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that part.
So we had about 50 texts coming over there, and I have seriously, I have one person in favor of NFL. Jane says, "I like it. This is better times right now. NFL on Thursday."
That's funny.
One out of 50 is saying,
Jane,
hey, I want the NFL on Thursday.
Thank you, Jane. I appreciate Jane a lot.
You got to have some support there, but that tells me that people agree with us. One person out of 50 says, "Yes, I like Thursday night football."
Okay, well.
But Jane, thank you for your support of that.
We're not down on you, Jane.
No, we're not at all. Watch some ball.
Yeah, watch some ball.
Dolphins, Bills tonight.
Where will you watch the game?
I'll be watching at the house. I'll be in excruciating pain tomorrow morning with
in the
loss.
recliner.
In the recliner.
Yeah, might move to the couch, but it'll be a loss. The Dolphins will
lose.
lose.
What are you talking about?
Game's at home
tonight.
The game. Look at him.
What
He's
is
already.
wrong- what?
What is wrong with you,
Bill,
I could go over that 1 minute in. We're feces.
The Buffalo
0-17.
The Buffalo Bills own the Miami Dolphins. They've won 11 out of the last 12 games against Miami.
All right.
Josh
that's good
Allen
stat.
owns the Miami Dolphins. I'm not afraid to say it's true. He owns this. He owns the Dolphins.
Not afraid to say.
It's true. And the one game he lost, he missed like a wide open throw to win the game on 4th down. It could be 12 for 12.
How are the Bills this year?
They're good.
Are they?
They don't. Stephon Diggs. They got a couple receivers. Khalil Shakir is good.
Did they add some size at receiver? Because they went small.
Keon Coleman from Florida State.
Yes,
is there.
that's
he's
good.
He's solid.
That's
Yep.
good. Yeah.
Got some dudes.
That's good. That's size.
And their defense is still. They gave a lot of points in the first half. They had a good second half against the Cardinals and won that game. So
okay.
defense is good.
Feces.
That's
Who
what I said.
uses the word feces?
There's someone booing right now in Brewski's. That someone's me.
Yep. Get used to those texts.
That was
Not this week, but maybe next week.
That text was incredible.
Beautiful.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
And that someone's me.
When we come back, Rick Heyman's song of the day.
Okay,
next,
good.
An early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Kim with Midwest Bank. We know there is more to your business than numbers and spreadsheets. For us at Midwest Bank, the people who make up a business matter most. We believe in getting to know you and your business and providing customized banking solutions that help protect your business and help it grow. Schedule a free consultation with us today. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Rick Heyman from Sauter Heyman Jewelers here. Shop the Wedding Band Expo September 12th through the 14th at Sauter Heyman Jewelers. Choose a wedding band that will stand the test of time or an anniversary band to celebrate time spent together. Only at the Wedding Band Expo. You'll save 20% off all wedding and anniversary bands. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Wedding Band Expo, September 12th through the 14th. All 3 locations. Find the ring of your dreams at the price you'll love. SauterHeyman.com, Lincoln and Grand Island.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Get closer to the magic than ever before. Play along with the Toy Story gang. Explore the colorful world of Coco. Sail away with Moana. Soar to new heights with Belle. and journey to Arendelle to thaw a frozen heart. It's an all-out celebration at Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Surge Party. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena September 27th through 29th. Visit DisneyOnIce.com and get your tickets today.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and Jay Foreman this Friday night from UBT Stadium as the Norris Titans travel to Lincoln and face off against the Lincoln Northwest Falcons at 7 p.m. Both teams looking for their first win of the season as Norris fell to Scott and Gretna, and Lincoln Northwest has lost to Ralston and Scotts Bluff so far this year. Kickoff between the Titans and the Falcons is scheduled for 7 p.m. on Friday, and you can hear all the action unfold right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket. Move over, Jake.
I'm moving. Jeez.
Thursdays are reserved for a man with a wider range of music knowledge than Jake could ever dream of.
This is the golden era. You would hear this on any radio station. You know, it wasn't like it is now.
Okay.
You know, you got country, you got R&B, you got pop, you got rap, you got rock. They didn't have that then. You heard everything.
A man who knows a good song when he hears it, just as much as a good diamond when he sees it.
You get a diamond!
Yes, I do get a diamond. I get a diamond, and that makes me happy.
It's time for Rick Heyman's Song of the Day, sponsored by Sartor Heyman Jewelers, on Early Break on 93.
Once again, your song of the day. Here Comes My Girl by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. 464-568-5. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating on Rick Heyman's Sartor Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day.
2 straight days of just gold. I mean, that song is sent from the heaven.
It really is.
And it has that. Doesn't that song have the drop-in line, the classic drop-in? Watch it walk. Didn't get to that. I was hoping it got to that.
Did not get there.
And you used to botch that.
I said, what you want? What you want?
He thought it was what you want. I was like, it's watch your walk. Watch or walk.
You idiot. Watch your walk.
You got lyricosis too, so be careful. You got it too.
Hey, don't point at me like that.
Watch your finger.
What happened in the coach's box if somebody did that? Hey, get it right, Bill.
Get it right.
All right, now wait. That is a good one, Rick. That thank you a lot for doing this. 9.87754 Better Times, incredible album, and maybe the best song on that album. God
What
bless
year?
you. I'm going to say 79.
I'm sure Rick will tell us in a second.
Yes. First of all, the difference between myself and the other stool members are that you guys just freak out over any Tom Petty song.
Yeah, we do love Tom
that's
Petty.
not accurate. You shouldn't do that.
We
because
love Petty.
You love it, but every song would get a 9.9. It's just that's what you do.
All right.
Every song. So that's
He's being brutally honest.
so
right now.
that's
Not ashamed
hard
of
on
it.
me. Very hard on me like that. This song is very unique, and so it does stand out. He's just yelling into the microphone, but I still like it.
He's singing.
But I still like it. I'm very impressed with it. I'm not as high. I'm going to go 8.888.
Ooh, good score.
It's a good score. I really like it.
Okay,
Yes.
Sip, you went 9.8774. I'm gonna go 9.93. I love that. You know I love that song. You know I love
Tom
that
Petty. Tom Petty.
That song is good.
Petty's great.
That song is great. I love that.
It's a
That's a
crazy
top
good
5
song.
Petty song for me.
Boy, it sounds good today.
That was good.
Ben's going to be a 6.9.
Ooh, 6.9. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I like
5.3.
that. Yeah.
5.3, Ben. 3.2 for crying out loud, Ben.
Ben, that's a bad one there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
you showed your age on that
Bill
one
gave
very
him the
much.
high 8s there.
Yes. Yes.
It's a feel-good song.
Yeah.
Here comes my girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could sing that.
That could be your song.
Yes.
Man. That could be the one that gets to the girl.
Yeah.
Right there.
Watch her walk.
Ben's on Tinder. He's out there. He's on
Well,
Tinder.
we are now joined by Rick Heyman. Rick, high scores today for you, my friend.
Well, yes. How we doing, boys?
Good.
Thank you for that, Tom Petty. That was nice.
Now, Ben, we'll forgive Ben.
Yes.
He just had that red velvet cake, and he was a little afraid of the red dye 5 in there.
He
So
was afraid of the
kind
red dye
affected
5.
his brain bone.
Probably so.
But we'll forgive him. Yeah. So, what a song! You got to listen. If that comes on, you got a good stereo in your truck or your car. What are you going to do?
Crank it.
You're going to crank it, right?
Crank it. Maybe
and the
not Bill,
reason-
maybe not Bill's car, but me and Sips for sure.
Well, the reason being is that it's so unique and different, and especially for those times, because there wasn't any rap music back then, and here's this guy jamming along, with his lyrics, and I got something about that here in a second. But and that Hammond B3 in the background with the twangy guitars it's just ridiculously great. And I am late to the Petty train. This proves that you're never too old to come back to something you thought you didn't like. I never liked Tom Petty back in the day. I don't know why, but as I've aged, I've come to really appreciate the talent level that he had. By the way, the guy has sold over 80 million records. So
80 million.
And his career spanned, 30, 40 years. It's just ridiculous. And we got some questions about that. But speaking of lyricosis, this happened just a couple days ago here where I'm at on the Southeast Command Center. They play a lot of music down here everywhere you go.
Mm-hmm.
And the Don Henley song came on, Boys of Summer. And I used to always think that song was where he says, after the boys of summer are gone. I used to think it was after the poison, son of a gun.
Wow,
that is some extreme lyricosis.
Yes, that's extreme.
Isn't
The song
that?
is called Boys of Summer. Isn't it?
that should have been a
I
clue,
know.
Rick.
in the
That's
song
that's
title.
the name of
It's in the
song.
title. Yeah.
Just ridiculous. So I have it bad too. Here Comes My Girl, song written by Tom Petty and Mike Campbell, recorded by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Tom had a career on his own apart from the Heartbreakers, but I don't think there's anything better than the Heartbreakers. That's a really, really good band and great writers. It's their third single from their breakthrough hit 1979 album, You Were Right, Sip, Damn the Torpedoes.
Nailed it. Yes.
This is kind of stupid. It peaked at number 59 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 on May of 1980.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite part. In November 2003 interview, guitarist Mike Campbell explained the story behind this song. It's very similar to Refugee, which is another one of my favorite songs.
Mm-hmm.
Those two were written the same week. I made some demos. Tom liked those two the best. Here Comes My Girl was interesting because all we had at the time was the chorus. Tom wasn't sure how to do the verse. He kept trying to sing it different ways, and he finally came across sort of half talking it and half singing it.
Nice.
And that's when the song seemed to come to life, and it truly did. It was so unusual at that time. It's sort of like old-timey country.
Mm-hmm.
There was some of that back then, but this was just really unusual. Petty remembered Campbell's chords and tune on a cassette tape. Jake, we used to have cassette tapes and struggling with the lyrics. Bassist Ron Blair told Petty that what he had was a really good piece of music. Petty learned to use narration in the verses similar to Blondie or the Shangri-Las. Petty said the chorus was inspired by the Byrds because of the jangle guitars, those 12-string guitars. Cashbox called it a truly excellent single with a convincingly honest narrative and a Byrds-like hook. Record World called it a raging ballad and said that Petty's tough-talking, sing-songy vocals swelled into a beautiful hook, which is true. The chorus on that song is absolutely one of the greatest of the last, 30, 40 years. Here Comes My Girl. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And it's so refreshing because you build all the tension with him being all, frustrated and bummed out and things ain't working out. And then, oh, here comes my girl. Everything's okay.
Yes, it is. What do you got for trivia today for us, Rick? Stump the Sipper time.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll get there. Give me a second. What Florida city did Tom Petty come from?
Oh, I know this. His brother still lives there. Tallahassee.
You get a CZ Gainesville.
Yeah,
the Florida Gators.
Plays at the Florida
the
game.
Gators.
Come on. I won't back down. I won't back down there.
His brother lives in Tallahassee. He's a city administrator. His brother's a city administrator.
They would have had that one right.
Yeah.
This is super easy for the coach. Name one other member of the Traveling Wilburys, which he was in.
I'll help you out.
Come on, Bill, you can do this. You can do this.
Who's in
Lock in.
Yeah, three. Oh,
Is
no.
Orbison in
Yes.
there?
Yes.
Ray Orbison, you get a diamond. It was George Harrison,
Jeff Lynne, Bob
Jeff
Dylan.
Lynne, Ray Orbison, and Tom Petty.
Orbison was the best.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, yes or no?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. For his own floor.
Diamonds All the Way Around, 2002. Brilliant. And bonus question, what Petty song did Johnny Cash cover? Johnny Cash did a Petty song. What song was it?
Oh, boy. Jake?
Is it I Won't Back Down, possibly?
Perhaps. I don't know. Good job.
Nice job.
Get a
Good
slow
job.
version of that
Is it a
song.
slow
Pretty sure.
version?
A very slow version. Pretty
Interesting.
Sure. So, all right, 3 for 4, not bad. Rick, what's going on right now at Sauter Heyman Jewelers today?
This weekend, starting today, the Wedding Band Expo, our biggest event of the year. 20% off all wedding-related diamond jewelry and non-diamond jewelry at all 3 locations at the same time. Downtown at the Outlet, at South Point, and in Grand Island. You want to save some money? Right now, 3 days, 20% off. You can't beat it. Do it right. You only do this once, hopefully, so do it right from the beginning. Come see Sauter Heyman. We're 4 generations of excellence. We got some new ads coming out that my daughter Jordan's going to do that are fabulous. So do it right. Customer service like nobody else. Get the best. You won't regret it. 120 years in business. SauterHeyman.com. Check us out Facebook and Instagram. Get on our mailing list. You'll stay on top of all the latest, and I will post more interesting things about the great Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers on my personal Facebook at Rick Heyman.
Rick, thanks for the time. We'll chat with you again next week. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Rick Heyman, song of the day.
Hey, Al.
Here Comes
And
My Girl.
And if it doesn't work out for your first marriage, practice marriages are okay, and just go to your next one.
You can go get another ring.
Get another ring.
Like Dan Pastorides.
Yeah,
5.
Yeah. one's your number, you're thinking, but don't get all down on yourself. Don't get down on yourself. Just like, hey, sometimes you got to get that practice marriage out of the way.
Divorce lawyers all over the place.
Oh,
about
my good friend.
Ben, listen to us. We're teaching you life stuff.
My good friend Hal Anderson used to always say, what have you been up to, Hal? Been going to weddings, looking at future clients.
Hour
Oh,
two
Hal.
next. Mike Schaefer.
Oh, wow.
Next, early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com. Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Hey farmers, wouldn't it be nice if you could cut your herbicide cost by up to 85%? Now you can with Green Eye technology for your sprayer. Green Eye's system integrates seamlessly with your current sprayer and works by identifying and spraying only the weeds. Reduce the threat of herbicide resistance, be environmentally friendly, and save a ton of money. Oh, and there's no acres fee. This is the precision spraying solution you've been waiting for. Contact Boyd Farmers Outfitters to get set up with Green Eye or check them out at BOECK.FarmOutfitters.com.
Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Get closer to the magic than ever before. Play along with the Toy Story gang. Explore the colorful world of Coco. Sail away with Moana. Soar to new heights with Belle. And journey to Arendelle to thaw a frozen heart. It's an all-out celebration at Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena September 27th through 29th. Visit DisneyOnIce.com and get your tickets today.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wake up, Lincoln. I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Thursday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2, as always, sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. Also at 70th and Pioneers. And as Bill figures out the headset situation over there,
he's got this.
I'm curious what's happening with Shin Daddy.
Can you guys hear me? It's a little low here.
We hear you great.
I hear you.
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
Loud and clear on that.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Well, here's the deal. Steve is a big Shin Daddy is a big fan of the arts. He loves Broadway, musicals, plays, all those things. He loves everything about it. And so he's been studying and he's just working on his craft. So today he's going to exhibit something he's been working on. And he's going single file only. He will be manning the middle teller position, and he's doing everything. He's doing VB, ventriloquist banking.
Oh my.
So he's got him and Rocky will be the ones doing all of the banking at the middle like that as a ventriloquist. So Rocky will be doing the talking, and Schindler will have the what's it, doll, I guess, right there. The
puppet.
Yes, the puppet. Yes.
Schaefer, we call him a puppet.
Schindler.
I mean, I don't think puppet's the actual term, but yeah.
Schindler will be running it. Rocky's his name, and Schindler has learned how to be a ventriloquist.
Of course he has.
He's been studying it for 2 years, and today he breaks out today, and he will be doing all banking. Everyone who comes in, no drive-through, only in lobby, and so Schindler is handling that. Ventriloquist.
You can make small talk with the
wooden doll.
With the wooden doll.
It's a ventriloquist dummy. Yeah,
yes.
with the dummy.
Yes.
Dummy.
I'm fascinated to know whether Rocky is just going to insult Steve the entire time.
You never know. Sometimes they do that. Usually what happens. Yeah, they do. And their head turns. Their head turns really good. Schindler can run the whole thing.
That sounds good. That sounds fun.
Imagine walking in like that. What's going on over there? Well, Shin Daddy's banking with the ventriloquist. Rocky.
That sounds so fun.
The arts. It sounds
the art.
I'm imagining Rocky with his little hands putting in the routing numbers.
The routing numbers and stuff.
Pulling
exactly.
up your bank account on the
your
other side. Yeah.
Saying inappropriate things.
That's you. I'd like to. He'll
years.
say inappropriate things to the customers.
To the customers. He
That'd
will.
be fun.
Commenting on everyone's account.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
that's all you
But
have.
it's actually Shin Daddy saying it, which
Shin
makes it even more fun.
You
That's
can
all you
actually
have
comment
in
on
your
their
account.
body types.
He can he can sort of divorce himself from the conversation.
Yeah, but not really.
Yeah, you can't be held
he can
liable
say
here.
things he's always wanted to say, and he's like, "It's not me, it's Rocky." Yeah, you've been waiting to say some things. Well, that's interesting that you're in here because you've been overdrawn for the last several months. But I didn't say it. Rocky said it. That's Rocky.
He's got a mind of his
When
own.
you see a good ventriloquist, it does confuse you after a while because you do think he's real.
I'm now imagining the HR conversation with Rocky. You
Yes.
know, after today goes poorly.
We'll have to
which
talk
it
to
seems
Brad.
like it will.
We'll have to
Yeah.
talk to Brad. Coyne
Creighton is going to be a good place
today. That's fun.
Well, check it that
BB
out.
banking,
Thank you.
ventriloquist banking with Rocky.
Does he do this in part to draw new customers? Is that why he's?
It's more customer service. It's both. I think it's both.
Yeah.
He's thinking about everyone.
Well, because I mean, I'd like to join the bank.
I don't know when you were here. Did you
There
realize
was so much sincerity in that.
there was
that I really.
Yeah,
I couldn't
why does
handle
he
it.
do this? It's very good. Schaefer's probably unaware that he has a new app also, Schuber.
Yeah, the Schuber
Shin
app.
Daddy Uber.
Not
He's
Uber,
running
but
people
Schuber.
around.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that
Schuber.
really took with people too.
It does. It's going over well.
Genius.
Anyway,
Schuber.
Go ahead.
Thank you,
Just
Jason
call
Daddy,
Schuber.
for always sponsoring Hour 2 Midwest Bank. Also, the Mike Schaefer Hour, sponsored by our friends
Schaefer.
at Ben Spurk at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Please call or text Ben at 402-217-9945 for any insurance needs you have.
Spurk.
Schaefer, you yesterday were doing your Wednesday simulation of the upcoming game.
Yes.
Nebraska won, but it wasn't comfortable, it sounds like.
No. I should specify that because Northern Iowa isn't in the game, Nebraska actually played against FCS Northwest, the Sharks.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have to pretend that was Northern Iowa.
Interesting.
So it's maybe not the most accurate simulation ever, but not a great game for virtual Dylan Raiola. A couple interceptions, a fumble. The offensive line really struggled with some of the I don't even think you can call them stunts that FCS Northwest was running. They were just getting right around the edges there. So the tackles might have their work.
They simulated the game.
Yeah.
In Ben's,
well, then
in Ben's world, this game's
stream
more
it.
important
This
than
is
the
more
real
important.
world.
Hey, hang on now. Bill,
Well,
can
I
I
can
see
send
that
you the
replay
link.
at?
You can watch it. I'll send you the link so you
I
can
wanna
watch
watch
it next
it. I
week
wanna
when they
see
play
this.
Illinois. I want you on there.
Unfortunately for a lot of people,
It's real. Yeah, this is real.
the game on Saturday takes a back seat to the virtual game.
Well, they're 3-0, and Dante Dowdell's getting downhill. On
Is he
it.
getting downhill?
He's over 400 yards on the season. already.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you got it. You like Dowdell.
Well, the EA Sports, they had him as the number one running back. And they also didn't have Gabe Ervin in the game. So there was,
Okay.
you know,
Interesting. They
there
didn't
was
have, okay.
there was some judgment calls that I made in terms of
That's
trying to get the
incredible you're
roster. But
able to still
I
get
have
it
the depth
done.
chart. I try to line it up with what it looks like each week.
Sure.
So it's a lot of Dante Dowdell and Ramir Johnson and has been for all 3 weeks. So
Interesting.
We got to give Schaefer some kudos because, again, it's early, but you predicted a 9-3 season for Nebraska this year. They're 2-0 for the first time since 2016. So now they are 2-0, but through 2 games, are they about what you thought they looked like, or worse, better? What do you think they look like? What you thought it would be?
I think it's mostly what I anticipated. The defense is probably at holding 7 and 10 points. I mean, I would have expected they would have given up more than 17 points so far. But for the most part, I mean, it's largely kind of the team that I thought. The sort of kind of comical thing about this is by the end of the year, I think Nebraska is going to have built like a terrific Big Ten West style football team in the first year of which the Big Ten West does not exist. So it's the situation where I think they have the formula for how to be successful against a large amount of Big Ten West teams, and they're going to play that out. And we'll see how it goes over the middle portion of the schedule. But I feel good about how they match up with teams like Illinois and Rutgers and Purdue.
They'll have to improve on special teams for me to agree with your assessment.
Yeah, special teams has been shaky.
Yeah.
I mean, and right now it's not just the kicking either. I actually thought one of the worst moments of Saturday was you had 3 guys just watch a ball fall between them on a kickoff. You didn't have an up back try to take that, just fair catch it.
Slop.
Just the the communication was off on that. Like, you just can't have that. Like, that would be a devastatingly bad turnover in a conference game.
Get you beat.
You give away a possession, not on an onside kick, but on a short pop on a kick where no one takes control of the situation.
Yeah,
I thought that was actually one of the lowest moments of Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think they got. I see where you're going. It's interesting. It's interesting. The special teams conversation is interesting because there are a lot of good things.
Yeah.
It's a very schizophrenic.
Buschini's been better than I anticipated.
Yeah. He's back to Boom Sheeny. Which is good. But they had a cover. They blew a coverage on Jimmy Horns.
Brian Christopherson leaned over to me right before that kick. He was like, "They're going to give up a long one here because on that first kick,
why did
he
you
almost
see that?
found a seam."
Yeah.
I mean, they covered it. I mean, I think he got to the 20-21, but it felt shakier than what the end result was. And so I think that's why BC leaned it, but he was like dead on.
See that, Coach? I mean, see what happens. Sports writers know what's going on up there.
You guys have seen a lot of football up there.
That's true.
I agree with that.
That's true. BC, I used to regard him as a young guy. You guys aren't young anymore.
Wow.
You've seen a lot of football.
Age only works in one direction.
Yes, right. BC's seen a lot of football.
He has seen a lot of football.
Yeah.
I mean, that vantage point, sometimes you just, it didn't feel like Nebraska covered that first one that well.
No.
And then that second one, there was a huge hole for Jimmy Horn.
Yeah, you got to tighten up.
Speaking of special teams, though, Nebraska again, kicker issues. Buschini's been good punting, but short kick missed by Alvano in a couple.
Yeah, what are we doing
Saturday.
at kicker, Schaefer?
Yep.
How often do people ask you that question?
It's probably it's replaced. Is Dylan Raiola really that good? Which was most of the questions of this summer. And then followed up by why are you so high on this team? So those were the two. And then now at this point, I think there's some question about the offense because both second halves have been a little bit more quiet, though the first one obviously flooded the bench. The kicking game is hard. I mean, it comes down to, for me, I didn't watch closely enough, but it sounds like they have some snapping issues going on there. So it's unclear if on that field goal, which you're in the same spot that I am, Steve. You watch the crowd reaction because we don't have a very good vantage point of the actual kick. Immediately after that ball left his foot, no one was reacting like that had any chance of going in. So I do wonder if, the snap or the hold wasn't quite there. We're at the point, though, where I'm concerned that it's so deep mentally for Tristan Alvano that it's hard to get out of.
Right.
And I think that's the scary thing with kickers because sometimes you're Alex Henry and you're one of the best kickers in the world. And then all of a sudden you're unemployed because you can't reliably make a field goal inside of 40 yards.
Adding to the difficulty is whenever he trots out there now, the stadiums get
everything
weird.
is clenched. Everything has
gets
become
weird.
very, it's sort of how
feel
people...
that. Do kickers feel that?
Yeah, they do. I mean, you feel there's some that have, they're just like they go through their routine, have their thoughts, but it's happened to a lot of kickers. Things haven't went great, and then they said, Tristan went through what? He had injury and
he had an injury in camp.
And then
it has not been a fluids, seamless.
All of a sudden, was it summertime? And all of a sudden, that now they brought Hole in, and so all of a sudden, right away, that probably messes with you a little bit as far as like I'm injured, and now they brought somebody else in to compete for the spot when it was clearly his spot.
Yeah.
Now I would say this right away. It's like that's college football. There's competition all the time.
Yeah.
You should never have. It's like I really have one quarterback on the team, right? No. You have multiple positions. You have competition, so that shouldn't affect, but it might, especially when you know that you can't perform at your highest because of injury.
Yeah,
and so it does. But you can feel some things. So what you hope happens is he has some layup kicks, which means you don't want Nebraska to get stopped in the low red zone,
right?
But it'd be nice to have a kick there.
Well, 32 is a layup.
Yeah, it's a 20. It's a 26-yard field goal. It's just make get a couple things. It's like anything else. If you hit a couple putts, a couple drives, whatever in the golf game, your stuff can just turn around.
Couple free throws,
exactly. So I still anticipate good things, but the problem is that you don't get to just do that. You don't get to say, well, let's just give him a couple easy kicks. No, it's wherever the ball stops at, and it's like, okay, now what do we do? And so there's a lot of different things to go with it. And then I didn't look at that one from like the coach copy, end zone copy to really see where the snap was. Like I said, the part that's hard on snaps is if the ball gets into the body of the holder, then the kicker can't see it until the ball's placed down. Where that's I learned from Sam
trouble.
Cook. If you play further away from the ball as a holder, You want the kicker to see the ball all the way and
Yep.
track it all
I
the
could
way
see
down.
that.
So that's one thing that I would go back and look at to
Okay.
see if
Yeah.
that happened. But at the same time, if the ball got down, first thing you're going to do is you're going to correct the long snapper, but you're also going to tell the kicker to make the kick. Because they're not going to do
The ball gets
They're
down.
not doing a special story on a 30 for 30 on you that the ball got snapped here.
Right.
They set it down and you made the kick. They're
Nobody
not-
cares.
Yeah, nobody cares like that. They're not going to do like a hold it.
Including the head
let's-
coach.
Yeah, look at this.
It'd be a
again.
really short 30.
Be a short
for
30 for 30. It's incredible. The guy just made a field goal and the ball was snapped a little high.
He
or a little
lost
bit
sight of
inside.
it for a split second.
Yeah, lost sight of it. That's not going to do it. No.
What other questions, Jake? Now, Mike, I will say this: I have not seen Nebraska play to a level where I expect them to go 7-0. I don't see it. I don't. They got it. They got to tune some things up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they've been a flawless machine
No,
by
they
any
haven't.
means. I think what they have is one side of the ball that can sort of dictate the game to other teams in a way that we haven't seen.
Right.
I mean, Nebraska.
Not for a while, right?
I mean, one of the standout things of that Colorado game, maybe that's just a one-off, is Nebraska basically just bullied a team into submission, and we haven't seen that in a long time.
That's true. They
And so
bullied
if
them by halftime, basically.
You know, if they have that in them, if that defense can sort of play that way against other teams, I don't look at Illinois and think, oh no, Luke Altmaier, like they're going to be able to put up a bunch of
No.
points. I think this defense is going to allow Nebraska's offense to work through some of its issues to they don't have to score 35 points to win a game. They've got to be able to put up 24 to 28 points a game, I think.
Right. Yeah. My concern against a team like Illinois would be losing 20-17.
Yeah. Well, and that's where special teams comes in huge.
Right.
That's
Special
where,
teams
you
comes in.
got to be able
that
to
game
maximize.
has a concern just with the knowledge on the other side of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be much
And
better
they're
coached.
I think they're again
much better coached than Colorado.
Right.
They-
I think they're an older team too on the offensive side of the ball again. Like last year, they had a few first-year starters. This year, I think they've got a little bit more experience. So I don't look at Illinois as a game that Nebraska is just going to roll. I just think with their defense, it gives them an opportunity to overcome some of the slow offensive
And maybe control the game.
Yeah, quite possibly.
You would say they had Colorado beaten into submission at halftime.
Felt that way.
28-0.
And I
mean,
would
after
not
the
have.
sort of flukish Ramir Johnson touchdown. I didn't think there was any way Colorado could win that game.
Right. So
You never thought there was after the interception.
Well,
it-
yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
like that was
The pick six, yeah.
And
The way that game started, it felt like it was never going to be Colorado's.
the way the pressure was already on
Yep.
the quarterback, all
Yep.
those things. And I understand also that there was 6 sacks, which you have to give great credit to Nebraska. I'd like to go back and watch all 6 of them. There's a couple that I could see, but
There's
the
some
same thing.
cut-ups that are very unkind to whatever Colorado's protection plan
Was that-
was.
and then there,
Is that right?
there was one time they didn't block the edge guy.
Yeah,
and it wasn't
left-
a blitz.
The left
It
tackle
wasn't-
almost looked like he was going out
Yeah.
for a screen pass.
Yeah, it was, like,
It's not good.
it was some
It
things.
was a little bizarre.
And there's a couple that are on the quarterback also.
Yeah.
Where there's a couple times where there was some pressure on Nebraska, and Royal got rid of the ball.
Yep.
And so sometimes 6 sacks when it's all said and done, you got to put a half of them at least on the
Well,
quarterback.
And at least one on Pat Shurmur because they kept calling long, drawn out. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
watch. I mean, one of the great things about the press box is you're watching as these routes develop, and you know how long
I
it
mean,
takes for these guys to get downfield, and then they're supposed to make their cut off the keys. They don't have that time.
They have good route runners. And I said something to my wife, Laura, in the garage. I said, she goes, what do you think will happen? I said, well, I imagine Colorado is really spending a lot of time on their quick game at halftime. The ball's got to come out. We're going to throw more screens, slants, hitch, but different combination of things where the ball can just come out of your hand because they have 3 pretty good receivers and you can do some things quicker. But like Shave said, everything was like, it was like 7-step drop and
I was
methodical-
baffled by it. I really
methodical
was.
dig routes
Right.
and things. And I'm like, oh man.
Man, I'll
This-
tell you one thing. If Laura knows what a quick game is, she's more advanced than any woman I've ever known.
She knows her football. She does. She knows her football.
Was that inappropriate? Jake, don't look at
It's okay.
Yeah.
She's strikingly attractive also.
She is. Can I say that?
Yeah. She can do better than me. There's a chance like that.
You're very handsome for your age. All right.
Ben is letting
man. Hey, what else?
Some recruiting discussion before.
Please.
We get to
Oh, yeah.
Please.
Schaefer knows
Schaefer.
it. He's the number one recruiting
Schaefer
guy in the
is.
tri-state area.
I need some knowledge.
Yeah.
Can I ask him a
appreciate
question?
Well, Nebraska.
Which 3 states?
What's that?
Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska.
No, I go in order: North
Nebraska,
Dakota, South Dakota,
Iowa.
Nebraska. I go.
That's
in,
a good question.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
Well,
that-
I would like
I didn't
to know.
say bordering
Designate
states. I just
that.
said 3 states.
Okay.
Jake, can I ask
But then I want to
Please
compete
do.
against the other states because once you put that out there, it's like if you give them out, it's a cookie. No, I want
Yeah.
the 5 states.
Yeah.
So there's 3 players basically left in play, right?
Uh,
Dawson Merritt, Cortez Mills, and Michael Terry.
Yeah, for 2025.
Yeah, for 2025.
Mhm.
Is there what's your assessment of those 3 each?
Yeah, so
A
to
piece.
start with, Dawson Merritt, I mean, he basically told me on Monday if
Listen,
Nebraska keeps
Hang on.
Recruiting him.
Just hang on a second right there. Did you just hear? He directly told me on Monday. Yeah, breaking news. Thank you, Jake. Yeah.
Present it that way.
His
Present it
quote
that way.
was something
Start
along
it
the
over.
lines of,
Start it over again.
Yeah, right here. Go ahead, Schaefer.
he directly told me on Monday.
This is inside information. This is why you're here for the hour.
That's why we're paying you.
Yeah, that's why you're paying. That's why you get cash. Tax-free app.
He says he's still committed to Alabama. If Nebraska keeps winning, though, he's going to be taking a long look at Nebraska. I mean,
Ooh.
my takeaway
Okay,
from the
that's
Dawson
interesting.
Merritt conversation I had on Monday
That's interesting.
is that his family wants him to go to Nebraska. The proximity lines up with Nebraska. His dad coached with Matt Rule. There's all of that. I think he doesn't want to go to a team that isn't going to be playing high-level football. And so he knows Alabama's playing high-level football. I don't know if he trusts yet that Nebraska is going to have 8 or 9 wins at the end of the season, that Nebraska is going to be in the national conversation. So if they continue to win, I think that's just going to make it that much easier for him to flip over to Nebraska. I thought it was kind of a fascinating conversation in that regard because he's talking about the atmosphere, and he said that it was among the craziest games he's ever been to. And he goes, that includes Chiefs games. That was probably the loudest game I've ever been to.
It was an incredible atmosphere.
His dad's the defensive backs coach for the Chiefs. He's been to the Super Bowl. He's been in Arrowhead and AFC championship games.
Mhm.
He watched Jake's Dolphins freeze to death last January. Like, this guy has been to big football games, and he could not get over the atmosphere.
Jake didn't go to the game.
I did not.
He
and
didn't
I'm-
want to
and
lose
I'm
an
glad
appendix.
about
Yeah,
that. part.
the exact words. I don't want to lose an
It
appendix.
was a great choice to not go to that crap game.
Michael Terry.
Michael Terry, I heard from Mike Roach, one of our guys down in Texas. He talks with Michael Terry. He's kind of our Michael Terry guy, which I think is kind of the smart way to go about recruiting. If you're on the other end of it and you're a recruit, you should probably just pick like 3 reporters across the services and just work exclusively with those
Not a
individuals.
bad idea.
So you don't have to take 65 phone
Right.
calls. Granted, that cuts me out in a lot of ways.
It's okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Mike Roach basically said Nebraska's jumped Oregon here. Nebraska's really toe-to-toe with Texas. I mean, I think Texas is still the favorite. It's always hard to pull a kid out of Texas. He's going to be at Texas this weekend, but Nebraska has made this a really, really interesting battle. And to put this in horse racing terms, basically.
Ooh, I like this.
Nebraska was way back in the race, and they have made their move starting in July at the end of the
So I'll
month.
say it's home stretch. Wow.
And so coming down the home stretch, Nebraska's, neck and neck.
Yeah. Wow.
To get a little graphic of Garrett McGuire on a horse here,
Hold it. So do the jockey again. It looked like you were driving a Harley. Like, well, I don't know. Do they hold their hands
like a
like this?
Fisher,
I don't know
like a
if they
Fisher
do.
Price
Do they-
Harley.
I don't
Like
know.
a really
on
low
the
to the
ro-
ground.
yeah.
I don't know if they hold their
The
hands.
reins.
Like,
Yeah,
the
the
reins.
reins.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
I like
Now-
that they're clenched in there.
Come on, Seabiscuit.
So Nebraska's right there with Texas. This one's going to December.
Ben, you're
what's going on?
stocky size.
Ben, you could be a jockey.
Now,
Ben,
hold
you're
on.
the one.
Michael Terry's playing
Ag
what
Park.
position? What position?
Nebraska likes him as a wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so I mean, Dylan Raiola is a big part of that conversation, and Arch Manning is a part of that conversation, and so he's looking at a situation where he's trying to find the best spot for him to go play. I know the Terry family really likes the way Nebraska's set up because they view what Matt Rule has put together here as sort of NFL light, like it's preparing guys for what it's like to be part of an NFL schedule. Obviously, you still have the school aspect of it, but they feel like with what he's done in terms of strength and conditioning, the nutrition, kind of the plans of it, and then you have coaches that have spent time in the NFL. That's the big selling point for the Terrys. They feel like it will help prepare their son to get to ultimately where he wants to go, which is elite.
Cortez Mills is committed to Oklahoma, but Nebraska seemingly is in that hunt too.
Nebraska is definitely in that hunt. So are a lot of teams. Cortez Mills is probably the hardest to decipher here. I mean, you hear things that it's going to be hard to move him off of Oklahoma because the NIL is so big there. I mean, there's
Oklahoma's big NIL.
Yeah, Oklahoma's a big NIL operation. There's rumors that his mom is possibly just going to join him in Norman after he starts his career. And so when you hear these things, it certainly makes it more difficult probably to pull a guy there. But he came up for that visit. So you start there. I just think, between Miami, Clemson, Oklahoma, Nebraska, if other teams are in the mix here, I just think Mills we're going to see taking other visits. That one probably goes to December. I like Nebraska's chances with Michael Terry more than Cortez Mills.
And then Christian Jones
committed on Monday night is a big commitment. You want to get the top guy in the state. 3 straight years you've picked up the top 247 in-state recruit.
List them, please.
We have Malachi Coleman in the 2023 class. You have Carter Nelson in 2024.
Okay, thank you.
Christian Jones in 2025. And the big thing there is you look at who you're beating out. I mean, sometimes you get the top guy in state, but maybe his offer list isn't that strong. Here, you're getting wins for Christian Jones, and it's coming against Oklahoma, where he said he almost committed this summer.
Mm-hmm.
You picked up Carter Nelson last year against Georgia and Notre Dame and Penn State. I mean, so you want to see if you're in these big recruiting battles for in-state kids. I mean, it's great that Nebraska comes out on top. It's also great when you're able to sell and keep a guy over some of these other programs.
Absolutely.
And Nebraska's gone head-to-head with Oklahoma a lot lately. Grant Bricks, obviously. Cade Peterzak,
which you
obviously,
obvious. Having dinner with him several times.
Tri-state area.
Yeah.
That's in the tri-state area.
With Christian Jones, I mean, it's just a good fit there, too. They did not have an inside linebacker in their 2020
right.
class.
So it's just Pierce Mooberry.
Pierce Mooberry's more of a jack.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just those two linebackers, though.
And then they want Dawson Merritt, and we'll see kind of how that plays out as well.
This is high-end recruiting right here. We're getting it
that
studio.
is. I appreciate that. I will use that in speeches today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Give me anything else you need from me for an article.
There might be.
Give me any questions for Schaefer, please call or text 464-5685. Bill's Thrills is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and my schedule can get a little hectic. From softball practices to going to class, traveling for games, spending time with family, and catching up with friends, I am always on the go. I want a bank that can help me from anywhere, but also be there when I need them. That's Midwest Bank. They have the same mobile banking technology as those big banks, but have that hometown feel that I like every time I walk through the doors. They make banking easy no matter where I am. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Hey farmers, wouldn't it be nice if you could cut your herbicide cost by up to 85%? Now you can with Green Eye technology for your sprayer. Green Eye's system integrates seamlessly with your current sprayer and works by identifying and spraying only the weeds. Reduce the threat of herbicide resistance, be environmentally friendly, and save a ton of money. Oh, and there's no acres fee. This is the precision spraying solution you've been waiting for. Contact Boyk Farmers Outfitters to get set up with Green Eye or check them out at BOECK.farmoutfitters.com.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial or residential to agricultural storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Fall is the perfect time to work on outdoor projects. Whether you plan to install a fence or add shrubs to your landscape, don't risk an injury by hitting a buried power line. Always call 811 before you dig.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We'll get to Bill's Grills in a second. Before that, reminder, Score One Smoking out in
Score
Harvard.
One!
Still tailgate seasons. You can still get barbecue rubs and sauces for all the great tailgates, whether you're at the game or back in Holders or in Lincoln, wherever you're at. Score1smoking.com. Get your rubs and sauces today.
Eventually, there's going to be away games, and
That's right.
and just what you want to do during that time is hit Chris up now. They're going and send the product ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
He can send the product ready to go. That is what's so different about Chris. Just remember, he's a world class. He has scored in the top 3 in every competition he's been in, and that's been over 400 contestants.
He's like Aaron Rodgers in his prime.
He is. He's a bad man as far as barbecue.
Like Aaron Rodgers
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
Was.
But he's not a was.
Big fan of that past
What was
tense
your
right
stat
there.
that you saw, Sip?
Big fan of that.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers, 23 straight games of under 300 passing yards.
That's a big stat.
23 straight games of under 300 passing yards. Didn't realize
He
it.
was not good at the last year that he was healthy. That's why these past 2 years with the Jets, I mean, obviously he got hurt right away.
I just couldn't
last
imagine
year.
playing in the NFL, getting hit at age 40.
Yeah, it would suck.
That would. I just can't imagine. I know some people have done it, but that's like I think Blanda played till he was 46. Imagine that one, George Blanda. 46 years
what
old.
was Brady 45 when he
Somewhere, I don't know
when he
what-
retired?
I don't
Yeah.
know what-
It make you want to sit in the dark room for days on end.
It was. I actually want to do that now.
It's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea.
Laura?
All right. Let's get to Bill's Thrills here on
Oh, Bill's Thrills.
a Thursday. Let's fire it up.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
We
Is it gonna be
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows at Lincoln. Call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation to plan your financial future. Today, it is a Cool Parenting Tips Thursday.
Cool parenting
Bill,
tips.
what's on your mind today?
This is one that's a little out there. Not going back to better
We're
times.
not?
This is current.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Current times. Cool parenting tips.
That's okay.
Teach your kids. Fandom of the pharmacy. Fandom of the pharmacy.
I love where this
Start with a thank you. Start with a thank you, and you walk up. I always do the thank you. I appreciate with what you do. It's a mesmerizing work scene. When you go to the pharmacy, it's insane. It is like an air traffic controller. It's like an air traffic controller with upset people and confused people coming up to help
100.
you. And it is absolutely.
Get ready. You got to mentally prepare yourself.
I absolutely love everyone who works in the pharmacy. You've got the drive-through going. You got 2 lines inside. You got double lines outside. Everyone's got an insurance problem. Well, what's wrong with my insurance? And someone's upset. Then there's a guy back there that's actually the true pharmacist is back there and he's answering questions about, well, I don't know, maybe you should try some penicillin with that, or maybe you should try this. All different things. They give you all kinds of answers. And also he's the guy that has to put, when you look over at the pharmacist, the stress level is incredible.
Yeah, you've never seen a non-frazzled
You've never seen and then you talk to him. I mean, it is just incredible. Like I said, and the people. So I talk to him. I always say, listen, I appreciate you guys so much for what you do. It's amazing how much faster too. If you say that, like, I can get that filled for you in 10 minutes. Or if you're a clown, stop back tomorrow. I think it'll be ready for you.
How about after 12 on Friday?
Yeah. How about that one?
Yeah.
So they say, I go, do you guys get any, they stand the entire time. I go, do you get any time off? Any time they go, we get a half hour for lunch and we close down for a half hour at lunch. And the lady tells me, so they close this big, it's a retractable thing they put down.
At Walgreens.
She says, every day people pound on it. Are you in there? They know you're in there. And they pound and they yell at the they're sitting there eating like a tuna sandwich.
Wow.
Maybe out there, it's like like an air traffic controller work scene. It's insane. And then all of a sudden that happens. And they've always got to be able to answer that. Like I said,
That'd be stressful.
You got to, build them up.
I've noticed a lot of turnover at my Walgreens. That's why.
I'm sure when you look at them, I mean, it's like being like people of different medical things like they just get burned out and worn out. That job is insane. And you just look up and then just look at the people in line and waiting, and then just look right behind you. There's like 50 bins full of stuff that people have ready, and they just whip it up, boom, boom, pull things up. Some of the things that they've done for me, like, well, what about this or this? Oh yeah, we can change that. We can do that. Boom, boom, boom. And they knock it out. It's incredible. It is incredible. Build up the pharmacist.
I like this.
Be a fan of the pharmacist. Embrace the pharmacist. Start out with a thank you before you even ask him a question.
See, when this started, I thought it was going to be a sports team thing where you should only root for one team. And it's like you should really only have one pharmacist.
One pharmacy.
You shouldn't be all over town. You should be supporting one pharmacist.
And that is true. I have we're 70th in Pioneer. That's
I went
our
up
pharmacy.
I wheeled up to CVS, South Lincoln, thinking I was at Walgreens, and was dumbfounded. I was like, how do you not have my breathing apparatus?
Sir, you're at the wrong store.
Yeah, and it was very confusing to everybody. And then she said, "What is it possible? Is it Walgreens?" It's very possible.
Very possible. That's where I go. Where am I? It's very possible. That's confused.
I feel like you don't want to say "Where am I?" in front of the pharmacist either. That's a concern.
Where am I?
That's a concerning note to have in your file.
Anyway, thank you.
Your picture's up in the back. If this guy stops you, just tell him go across the street. So Steve Sipple, here's his picture.
Just violator.
Please,
There's a lot of confusion.
Comes here quite often.
I swear to God, I got that. You guys answered the
and
call.
Also, what happens? You get the people that go sometimes. Like, so I'll jump in. Laura is the pharmacy person. She handles the pharmacy. But at times I might have, and then I'm not the normal pharmacy person. So right away I always walk up like, easy with me here. I'm on your
Walk
side.
me through this.
I'm going to ask some questions here. Just help me out with this. And they do a really good job. And to be honest with you, they're really happy. They're in good place, but they deal with every other person. There's a problem.
Right.
Someone's upset. And right away you hear them just talking like that. Well, that's a lot of money. Like that. Well, I don't set the prices. Right. They're not the ones that are back there going like, hey, listen, I just saw this person pull up in a Range Rover, jack up the money on the amoxicillin. Like that. They're not. That's not what happened. We don't set the price. Like, you're right now. Your insurance is not covering this like that. Well, why? Again, that's not me. That's the insurance. I don't have anything to do with that part of it.
So abrasive.
Yeah. So just it is.
Well, why?
Where am I at? Is there any chance this could be easy? So fandom of the pharmacy. And the main pharmacist answers, you just look over when you're at the deal, look over to your right, and you'll see him, and he's stressed. He's counting. Because if you put the wrong pills in the wrong deal, you can kill somebody. It could be a bad deal.
That's true.
So he's got pressure on him that's like, it's not like he's not at the candy store,
right?
Type of deal.
Pharmacist is a important tag. I mean, that's an important job.
How long were you at the wrong place for before you figured it out?
There's a back and forth.
Were you in the line for a while too?
I was
good for a while in line. That's the best.
No. I was in a drive-through. If that helps the story at all. I mean,
that's even worse.
That doesn't help the story.
Does it mitigate it a little bit? I was in a drive-through, and there was a back and forth with the lady.
Like a noticeably different color scheme of the buildings of the two?
I don't know that there's not a big difference. There was just a back and forth that was interesting.
How about the fact that
I know that I called and it was filled. I know this, so this is really confusing to me. And then it was confusing to her too until she asked the question. Now, could this be at Walgreens?
Yes.
Oh God, yeah, that is at Walgreens.
They will help you. They will help you so much. And sometimes she's like, if they say, "Well, do you want to wait and have it filled?" And I'm like, "Well, is that possible? I know you're swamped." Next thing you know, your stuff comes out pretty fast.
It does.
It does. But now, if you want to be the old, it'd be nice to get it. I'm sick.
Are you the person? Here's a good question for you. Are you the person that when you call in, you go with the automation, or do you need to talk to somebody?
Oh, I need to talk to someone.
Okay,
I don't like the automation.
Yeah, I don't like the automation.
See, I've recently just changed to automation, and it works. It works.
It's okay.
It's so long.
It's a big risk there.
I just love that you get a text message now. Ding! That your stuff's ready. It's like, oh wow, how about this?
I'll be damned.
Yeah. I'll be going to hell. Imagine that back in the day. Imagine our parents back in the 70s.
Yeah.
No,
no,
they had to go in.
Yeah.
They had to deal with Ken's Rexall and Pender.
Ken's Rexall.
In the small town, they don't. The pharmacist was always in a higher booth.
He was.
You had to look up.
Or she was.
She was. So it's like this. You have to look up to him. Excuse me.
And they'd always have glasses on. Readers
on. You have to look up to him just like this. Excuse me. I'm here for my. You had to look up.
Here for your dad?
I am not familiar with this.
Thule's Drug in Columbus.
Yeah.
Are you
they
familiar?
Have the behind the counter. It just stood higher, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't. Thule's was not the Schaefer family pharmacist.
That was downtown.
Yeah.
That was downtown.
Yes, Thule's
fandom of the pharmacy.
Thank you. That's a wonderful edition of Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk Scott and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Let's play.
Could it be at Walgreens?
I can't believe that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it came to life.
Fandom of the pharmacy.
Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe today. Schaefer, a lifeline for you, Sip, because Bill opts out on Thursdays to help have Schaefer, right?
I'm out.
Is that correct?
I just sit here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Schaefer's your life. That's what it's always been.
Today
you wouldn't have known that last Thursday. You weren't here.
Right.
That's good because it's NFL Day. Bills and Dolphins all-time leaders. How about that? We got the game.
How about that?
We got the game tonight.
How about that,
Bills,
Shave?
Dolphins.
How about that?
You think you know your Bills
we should
and
know
Dolphins
this.
all-time stat leader?
We should be good.
I think you guys should be good.
Call us up right now.
I'll be good.
464-5685. Shut Up Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Well, we had a caller. They got scared and dropped off, so a line
Don't
is
get
open
scared.
for you.
These are tough.
Hey, heard Schaefer was there.
I would be scared.
Dolphins
No
and
reason to be
Bills,
scared.
all-time leaders for Throwback Thursday, 464-5685. Call the Dicktown Sip and
At
Trivia.
worst, you get a bagel and a coffee for your time.
On the week, you are 1 and 2.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Schaefer?
We got to get back to 500 here. We'll
Callers
get there.
coming in now. You guys feel good about this, though?
Yes, I do.
You feel oddly good about Dolphins and Bills.
I
trivia.
do. I know those
Well, it
two
helps
teams.
that they have two very notable longtime quarterbacks. So
Long list.
I'm saying there. You know Jake better than that. Those will not.
I know.
You're
Well,
not answering Dan Marino.
Wow, Dan Marino. Will he become up?
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Jim Kelly.
Adam, how do you feel about Bills and Dolphins all-time leaders today?
I feel pretty good after listening to their attempts with NFL players yesterday.
Ooh, shot.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's see how this goes. Again, Schaefer going to help Sip out for one question. First question goes to you, Adam. Jim Kelly leads the Bills in all-time passing yards with 35,000 plus yards. Josh Allen is third all-time with 22,900 yards. Who is second?
I know it.
Got it.
With 27,590 yards all-time with the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, I'm a little too young. I don't remember anybody before Kelly. I remember Kelly really well. All their 4 Super Bowl run I remember well, but I don't know any Bills quarterbacks pre-Kelly, and it would have to be pre-Kelly. So I didn't have a guess. I'll pass.
I can't give you the horns.
Steve, tell me you have this.
I don't have a good
boy.
I've got it
feel
written
for
down
it.
right
I mean, I got
there.
a pretty good
I've got
guess.
a name. I just don't feel comfortable with it.
I got a
Try
name. I don't feel comfortable with it. Pass.
Is it Ferguson?
Ferguson.
Joe Ferguson.
Got it right there.
Wow.
See?
It's
Better than the name I had.
That was OJ. He handed off
Yeah.
to OJ.
Ferguson played from 73 to 84 with the Bills.
Yes, it was Ferguson.
Bill, I should. I'm sorry. I should have
Shame
gotten.
pronouncement. That's you.
Yeah,
That's
shame on
you.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shame on me. I'm
it's
seriously.
0-0. First question.
Hand it off to the juice.
Who leads the Bills in all-time rushing yards with 11,938 yards?
It's got to be the layup, isn't it? Oh, hang on.
Hold
Don't
on.
know that.
And it's
Hang
a
on.
little touchy.
Yeah, that's a little iffy.
It is a little iffy.
I think it's the Oklahoma State
Right.
guy.
Yeah.
that's what you
Thurman
think.
Thomas. Bam.
Brilliant.
Good
That-
call.
that
Way
you-
to slow that one down.
Does he
He
count?
said
Now, what do we
Oklahoma
do with
State
that?
there.
What do you see, Jake? You got to make a ruling on that.
Well-
Shafe, you
I'd say it counts. I'm out
Yeah,
the rest
yeah.
of the game.
I think he didn't say that
Schaefer
name.
just
Yeah,
ruled himself out.
I ruled myself out.
I don't want controversy. I want you to win this
Yeah.
clean.
Okay.
We don't need people protesting the
Okay.
results
Yes,
downtown.
that's
Lincoln.
fair.
Okay, back to you, Adam, to tie it up at 1-1. Who leads the Dolphins in all-time rushing yards with 6,737 yards?
That's got to be right.
6,700?
Yep.
Yeah, that ain't very many.
It's not.
I got it.
5 seconds, Adam. 5.
Ricky Williams.
Oh, okay. Now that
Ricky is second.
Are you going back to
all-time.
1972?
OJ. Okay, now you're gonna. Yes, I was. Is that okay?
If you want to.
Yes,
No,
it's it.
pass.
Is it Zonka?
I don't
Larry
think it is.
Zonka.
I was gonna say Mercury Morris.
Well, good
Are
thing you
you
didn't.
kidding me?
It was Larry Zonka.
I definitely thought it was Ricky Williams.
All right, you gotta.
I thought
You're
that was the
gonna.
obvious
You're gonna
answer, the
compromise
Zonka
the game.
answer.
Ricky
No, I
was
didn't
second.
compromise. He said pass.
He passed.
You said pass.
Okay,
Okay.
this now Bill Sip is by himself here. 1-0 lead. You're in good position here for the win. Who leads the Dolphins in all-time sacks with 131, 33 more than second place?
Jason Taylor. Bam.
Yeah, that was too
I would like
bad.
have the name Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor ready
That'd
to
be
go.
a Hall
One
of
of those
Fame.
is going to come up.
Good try, Adam. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, Adam.
Hall of
You
Famer
missed Zonka.
Jason Taylor. He used to go with Mercury Morris, who was also very good during those
Yes.
times, but not the all-time leader.
I had a poster of Mercury Morris.
You did?
Yes.
Zonka and Kick and Mercury Morris. That was the 3 running backs.
All right, we'll get Bill for the tiebreaker
Jim
here.
Kick.
Dan Marino threw 420 touchdowns in his 17 seasons with the Dolphins. How many career interceptions did he
420.
throw?
178.
You guys need to go over under that.
It's a good number.
I'm going over.
It's funny the way 178.
The whisper.
Let's go over with Schaefer.
What would your number be, Schaefer?
In my head, I was like 262.
201.
252. 420 touchdowns.
178.
At the library.
But you know what? You're back to 500 on the week.
Yes,
2 and 2.
thank you, Jake. Thank you.
And
Good
Bill,
job, guys. Good job.
Bill would have had 2 questions right there for sure.
Right,
Maybe
good job.
Wait, do you have Thurman Thomas? We can say OJ. Okay.
I made me think for because I thought Thurman Thomas was too easy.
Right.
Would you have had Jason Taylor?
I would have had to think about that one harder. I had Zonka and
you had 3 for sure.
Yeah, that's 3 for sure.
Is there a obvious number 3 leading rusher for the Bills? An obvious number 3.
No, it was definitely Thurman, OJ, and then a distant third.
Distant third,
Yeah,
okay.
distant third. Forget who it was. But
Yeah.
distant third. Just those 2 guys. So
They haven't had like a good running back since Thurman.
Right. Right.
Really.
They had
Shady
LaShawn
McCoy.
for a
That's
couple
Shady
of years.
McCoy. Yeah, McCoy had
Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
But McCoy's
McCoy
best
was-
years weren't with the Bills.
Same for Lynch. He had the best years with the Seahawks.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and so they just haven't had like a really good running back in a while.
Ben would weigh in on this if he
He'd
could.
have a take right
Yeah,
now.
Ben would. He has a take on everything.
Well,
Thank you, Schaefer.
thank you, Schaefer. Bill over with Schaefer is next on Early Break in the Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. I'm here to tell you about our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Primary care that understands you. At CHI Health Clinic, our dedicated primary care team takes time to hear you, understand you, and get to know you and your family at every stage of life. We believe in building lasting relationships with our patients. That's why we offer convenient, affordable health care close to home or work. Find out how we treat your whole family like family at chihealth.com/primary care.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra.
It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Looking for a place to relax and unwind after a busy day? Cigars Lounge at 8th and Q in the Haymarket is the perfect place to enjoy good company, a cocktail, and of course a cigar. Visit Cigars Lounge on Tuesdays for Top Shelf Tuesday and enjoy 50% off select spirits. Cigars Lounge offers Perdomo, San Cristobal, Rock Patel, and more of the top stogie brands that you know and love. But that's not all. If you mention this ad between noon and 5 p.m., you'll receive 15% off your entire tab just by mentioning the ticket. Check out Cigars Lounge today at 8th and Q in the Haymarket.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, don't be red.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Fall is the perfect time to work on outdoor projects. Whether you plan to install a fence or add shrubs to your landscape, don't risk an injury by hitting a buried power line. Always call 811 before you dig.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. Mike Schaefer still with us. By the way, we mentioned Dolphins Bills tonight, Thursday Night Football. It is the greatest time of the year. Kickoff is here. Football is all the way back. Go to underdogfantasy.com.
Yes.
If you want to get involved, have some fun with this. Underdog Fantasy, they're in 33 states. 1 million plus people got involved last year with this. Making picks is straightforward. Signing up is even easier. Head over to Underdog, simple to use mobile app, or underdogfantasy.com. Sign up with promo code EARLY, EARLY. An Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. Again, promo code EARLY, must be 19 or older for this.
Jake is in full freak show mode. I'd like to
Yeah,
point out
holy.
what David Sanderson wrote in. David
What did he
Sanderson,
write?
our friend David Sandy. Dolphins are the favorite tonight, Jake.
Don't care.
Why don't you
How-
care?
How can they be the favorite against a team that's beat them 11 out of the last 12 times? We have a Dolphins. Sorry,
on top of
Schaefer, get him on.
Yeah, the Dolphins have a mountain of injuries, as always. They have their top 2 running backs likely out. For sure, Mostert is out tonight with a chest injury. Achane is a game-time decision.
Achane.
So it could be Jalen Wright, the rookie from Tennessee, who is very fast, or Jeff Wilson Jr., who's solid.
Is he from Oklahoma?
Where's Jeff Wilson from? That's a good question. I don't know where he's from.
Okay, so I don't know what the points are. Schaefer, do you know the points Miami has a favorite?
No, I don't. I don't know what the line is. I'm guessing it's
1.5.
I was going to say 2. So, yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Take the Bills.
Jeez, Jake, it's amazing how.
I would take the Bills.
Okay.
Josh Allen owns the
They're
Miami
better
Dolphins.
team. I just give me the better team. I understand Thursday short week. It's in Miami, right?
But it's a night game. There's no heat advantage for the Dolphins. Like in the 1 p.m. game, advantage Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo melts in the heat. They don't care about a 7 p.m. game. The sun's down.
Okay.
The thing that always strikes me about Bills Dolphins is that the Bills will always sort of kind of like what Nebraska did to Colorado. They will be the aggressor. They will smack you in the mouth. They will puff their chest up and be the big schoolyard bully. And I just don't think the Dolphins respond well to that.
They don't. You are correct. They don't.
They are more of a, they're going to play their style, and it's usually not going to be right at you. And I think it's always a bad matchup.
Here's a question for you to pivot. Does anything strike you about Nebraska UNI on Saturday? Does anything strike you about the game?
I made a public proclamation Nebraska is going to pitch a shutout. So
okay.
I'm going to be very interested to see if they can actually do that.
It's hard to do.
Well, they haven't. So Bruns looked this up. The last shutout was the Holiday Bowl in 2009 against Arizona.
Wow, 33 to 0.
Also shut out Arkansas State that season.
33-0 was the score against Arizona.
So it's been that long, and they've had some good defenses. They played some bad teams in that time. So it's shutting a team out is not an easy task.
Bill Busch, who sits here regularly, says it's nearly impossible.
Yeah, I mean you have a lot that's out of your control.
Right.
You have one bad special teams miscue.
Yeah.
If virtual Dylan Raiola just puts the ball on the ground like he did yesterday, then
virtual world.
FCS Northwest or Northern Iowa can pick it up.
See, my thing, and this has been a sort of a awkward discussion, kind of bulky, but my thing is they got to cut him loose a little bit now. He says he's not nervous. When I say cut him loose, get it downfield. Whip it downfield. Does it make sense to you to say that?
I think it does because they bottled him up in the second half, especially. To me, some of that was they didn't want him taking unnecessary shots from Colorado's defense.
Okay.
Like I felt like some of Saturday night was, okay, let's just get out of here. No injuries. We're going to play a pretty no frills offense here going forward. It didn't, like I said, I mean, when you sit up top, you kind of see this. They didn't really have any vertical routes.
Then the flags started flying.
Right. And then, who knows what that half looks like if you have a slightly different called game, or even if just the Ramir touchdown stands. I think people feel better about how the second half played out. But yeah, I would like to see Dylan, fully loose, but also the way Nebraska can control games with their defense, they don't have to completely do that.
That's a good point.
And so it becomes a question of, if the goal is to win the game and the defense can dictate what the other team is able to do offensively and where the points are, and you're comfortably ahead in the third and fourth quarter, there's no reason to be chasing more points.
No, there's not.
Now, the idea is he hasn't played that much college football. Every rep is an opportunity to get better or to experiment or to do things. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the argument.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know what it'll look like. I think you're correct. I don't think Northern Iowa is capable of scoring much at all. I just want to see Nebraska score. I want to see 40 plus. I mean, you should be able to put 40 plus on UNI. It's a good. They play good defense at UNI.
I think they will make Nebraska's offense earn it early, but then I think they will wear down. Yeah. I mean, I think part of what's been surprising is Nebraska has been able to, I think, wear two teams down, but then hasn't really piled up the points in the second half. They've done it in the first half, both weeks.
Fix it. This is a fix it week. That's the way I approach it in my shoes. They need to fix some stuff.
Yeah.
This is a good week to do it.
Nebraska has 10 second half points on the season.
Yeah, that needs to improve.
It's UTEP 10 points, none against Colorado.
It'd be my emphasis if I were the head coach.
Let's pour it on. Second half. Don't be scared to score.
Let's get it going. Let's get rolling into the Big Ten play. We don't need to step off the gas.
Sip wants to see 77.
Not necessarily, but there's a level of aggression I want to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last time in the 70s was against, I think, Idaho State back in like 2000.
Another team they didn't shut out. That was one of the worst teams I've ever seen play football on Memorial Stadium's turf.
Remember that Idaho game? They scored 70 points on them.
How did they compare to Bethune-Cookman?
So Bethune-Cookman's the worst team I've seen.
Really?
They were so small. Bethune-Cookman was so small. That was the issue.
I mean, they only traveled with like 58 players.
Small in number, small in stature.
Yeah, I mean both.
Yeah.
So so those two, and then I think the first game I ever went to as a kid, and I don't remember it much at all, was Pacific.
Yeah.
And that people talk about as just a legendarily bad team.
Yeah.
You were at that game.
I sure was.
Were you asleep at halftime?
No.
Second half?
Were you engaged? Was this part of the engaged era?
No.
You're locked in. The locked in era.
Oh, yeah.
I was locked in.
Okay.
Pretty much. No, I don't know.
It was after 92. I feel like pre-92 is where it gets a little...
Yeah, you checked out at some point, you said.
Yeah, I don't want to discuss this right now.
Okay. Spillover has been sponsored by
You're not on a witness stand.
That's okay.
The Spillover
It's
has been
public.
sponsored by our friends at Raising Cane's. That's it for us. The Drive with Raf, AD, and AG is next for Steve Sipple and Mike Schaefer and Bill Busch. I am Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the